Oh yeah, welcome to episode 252 of Open Your Toys Cast, the podcast dedicated to the four greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time, and those are badass.
I knew you were going to pick me. Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, and Transformers.
Oh yeah, we got a full house. Good
Box
to see you.
Chiming in from a rave, apparently.
I had to kick my son off his video game. I don't know how to turn this off, so you guys got to deal with it. I'm just gonna go.
That's awesome. I love it.
The keyboard does the same thing too while I'm looking at it. The keyboard's just going every.
Is that a Chucky on the bed? Is that what he's making? Even
Well, that's
more
what I
perfect?
got in this week, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Kind of
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
the whole room is doing it.
Oh, crazy. If you want to kick it with us, we want you to do it live here every other Sunday. If you can't make the live show, follow us on our Facebook group or kick it with us on our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/openyourtoys. If you just want to know when the show is posted, follow us up at our Facebook page at facebook.com/openyourtoyscast. If you want to see everything we're talking about, go to openyourtoys.com. Top of the page, there's links to the show notes that has all these links I'm talking about, including subscribing through Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher Smart Radio, and RSS. You can email us at team@openyourtoys.com. You can leave us a voicemail still at 720-235-TOYS. Support the show at openyourtoys.com/Amazon or /eBay. Where can people find you, Mr. Farting Dad?
You can find me in the group. You can find me on eBay where nobody's buying anything anymore unless you're an absolute low baller. And you can find me on Facebook in the group.
Oh, I do not like to hear that. I really need to be selling stuff.
We've been hearing this for 3 years now.
I know. I missed the golden opportunity when everything was selling.
The stimulus checks.
Yeah, that was actually a big discussion in one of the G.I. Joe groups I was in about like people buying and selling. And there's been so many posts lately of like, hey guys, I'm looking to sell my collection. It's like they're really like fishing posts. They're like, hey, what should I do? And it's like, well, what do you think you should do? Like, look at eBay, see what it's worth. You can put it up on eBay or sell it in the group for a little bit less.
Yeah.
It's not, but people just like left and right.
They're wishing for like a magic bullet to take care of it.
Yeah, but people are dumping collections left and right now. I've seen, like 3 or 4 a day.
Oh,
The mass group is like that too. It's like somebody posts a split second and they're like, hey, I just found this in my parents' attic. Worth anything?
Yeah, I see that a lot too. Yeah, it's like,
and then there's how many posts are PM sent, PM or DM sent, PM sent.
Yeah, DM sent, yeah.
Brinkalizer says, try clapping your hands, Rock. It'll turn the lights off.
I bet he would blow his kid's mind if he plugged in a clapper without telling him.
Yeah, we have smart light bulbs pretty much around most of the house, and whenever I'm feeling ornery, I'll turn my daughter's lights off on her and shit. Set them to bright red or something.
I might call Gelman up here to shut these things off. My producer, Gelman.
Cliff, what about you, sir?
I post in the group under Red Menace. Most everywhere else, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok is Associate of Horror.
Yeah. And I'm Badass.
You can find me trolling the group and here on the show.
Nice. And Mr. Lotus, you're just off the grid, right?
Yeah.
Keep just enough technology to be able to join us every once in a while. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
He's on a burner phone right now.
It's a track phone.
Exactly. Not a Metro
track
PCS.
Let's see. We like we saw, we had Brinkalizer with us, KJ Smith in the house, Triple A chiming in. Glad to have you guys. Brinkalizer did give us a new chart for the what is it? Ghost Rider car thing.
The not Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
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 The
Oh,
legally
is it not
distinct
even
from-
officially licensed?
No, there's
not
no
like the
way
Sky
that is.
Striker. Yeah,
Oh, God.
No way that is.
the legally distinct from Dodge Charger.
KJ Smith says we need to put up a warning for light seizures.
I just texted my son. I'm like, how do you get these lights off? He's like, I'll shut it off with my phone.
Yeah, did a good job.
It's weird.
Sorry
Now
if
you look like you're in
anybody
a
has,
black and white photo.
Sorry if anybody has epilepsy now. You know,
Let me see if I can share my screen. First off, I guess me, facebook.com/opentoys. That's Slick McFavorite on the gram, slick at opentoys.com. Anybody drinking anything interesting there?
Oh,
Oh, what's this? Oh, some soul. You got a lime in that thing?
I put lime juice in it, yeah.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah, either
That'll
way.
always work in a pinch. Anybody else?
I was at the Walmarts today doing some grocery shopping, and I saw this
Oh,
the big old
Foster's.
oil can of Foster's. I haven't seen one of these in a long time.
I was going to say, it's been a while since I've seen the oil cans.
Yeah, I figure, you know, it's not made in Australia anymore. It's brewed in America. But it says
Bakers.
founded in Australia. So
that's
Yeah.
like salsa made in New York City, Rock.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Australians from all over the world are turning off the podcast right
Well,
now.
all right, we lost Mark Haddock now. Shit.
So I'm not. It's not one of my favorites, but it's Mrs. McFavorite's favorite. So I'm drinking Oktoberfest, hearty and smooth. Let's see, Oktoberfest malt. What the hell? Malt brings so much to a great beer. That's why we developed a unique malt blend to provide a robust color and smooth, rich flavor. Like you, we look forward to this tradition every year. Oh, that's cute. As you can tell, my eyes are getting bad. It's hard for me to read these fucking cans after 13 years. Paul Schreiber in the house. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get into some motherfudging toy news. No listener feedback or questions. Rock, you got a work story you wanna
I have
bless us
a
with?
quick one. Yeah, I have Home Depot.
Okay.
We're still waiting to hear the second location quitting of 7-Eleven.
Yeah, we haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, that one's a really messed up story. So I'll save the Home Depot one. So I was working overnight at a security place across the street. It was a condo, and I used to have this little piece of shit Nissan Sentra car. I'd drive around. Really, I would listen to WFAN, which is sports radio, all night long. I'd put the seat back, and every now and then I'd drive around. I'd read the newspaper because this is pre-smartphones, and I would always stop at the 7-Eleven across the highway. So the lady's like, "Hey, I see you working over every night. You're overnights. How's that job treating you?" I'm like, "Oh, it's $6 an hour. It's great. I sit in the car, listen to sports radio." She's like, "How about if I give you $8 an hour to work here at 7-Eleven?" Stupid me. I hear $2 more an hour, and I'm like, "Whoa, we're talking about $320 a week compared to like." I'm gonna do the math now.
240.
240. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I take the job. Needless to be, I didn't realize when you work at a 7-Eleven overnight by yourself, holy shit, how much stuff you have to do. Number one, you got to butter and bag like 200 rolls for the morning rush. Then you got to do the cream cheese bagels. That's like another, I think, like 50 or 75. Then you got to prep all the coffee by taking a box and you take a filter, you put coffee in, put another one, open up another bag. So this way you can just pop it out of the machine, throw them in the basket, and boom, hit the button, make another pot of coffee. You have to completely tear down the entire hot dog roller machine.
Oh,
There was so many chores. Then when you get done doing that, sanitizing, rebuilding it, you got to take off all the big gulp, the soda dispensers. You got to take off all the nozzles, clean them, put them back. There was a laundry list that was like, you didn't stop all night. And if a customer came in, it actually messed up your night because now you got to stop what you're doing, take care of the customer. So one night, I'm in the middle of like cutting up all these rolls, and a bus shows up and unloads with kids and parents coming back from somewhere. And I'm in the middle of cutting up all my rolls. And we had rolls that were left over from the night before. We didn't throw them out yet. So I'm cutting up all the ones, and the guy's like, "Hey, can I have a butted roll?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're in right over there. They're in the basket." He's like, "No, I want a fresh one." So I'm like, "Fine." Meanwhile, I got these kids just running havoc all across the store. So I take the roll, I cut it, I butter it. The guy's like, "You didn't put gloves on."
Oh my god.
Oh,
And I go, "Well, I don't have AIDS." So the guy gets like all fucking loud with me and in my face, and we start arguing. Next thing I know, who pops into the store? My parents. They were coming from a funeral or something.
Oh my
Jesus
This
Christ.
this guy is getting in my face, and I literally took the butter knife that I used to cut the roll, and we were getting loud because the guy's like, you got a fucking attitude, and I'm like, well, fuck you, I mean, like, I got all these people, and I told him, I'm like, you get out of the fucking store right now. He called the cops because he started threatening him with the knife. Then my dad got in the guy's face, and he's like, if you have a problem with my son, you have a problem with me. And the people ended up leaving the fucking store, got back on their bus, except for that guy who waited for the cops to come. He filed a report, and then I got fired the next day. The Home Depot story is better, but I'll save that for the next show. Yeah. But luckily they didn't press any charges, though. But, say, hey, look, these people run around the store. Guys started fucking threatening me, making comments to me. And it all started because I wasn't wearing plastic gloves. I mean, we're talking about like 1996.
Yeah, where it's not even a thing back then.
I'm trying to
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I ever saw anyone wear gloves in the 90s.
I don't think so.
Fucking cutting buns.
But I think it was the comment about the AIDS, which was bald.
Yeah, but that's probably what fucking set him off. Yeah,
That would have been comforting to me. You didn't have AIDS.
Yeah, exactly. No problem then. There's no
we're
problem.
all
there.
good.
But thankfully that time I didn't get arrested. Unlike the other times I've been arrested was not work related per se for me. One was work related for Melissa that got me arrested. But that's a whole other story.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got so many stories like this. You have no idea.
Oh,
It's
love
like
it.
when I was. Oh, now I explain
If it's
it.
a story, let's save it.
No, we're gonna
Let's
see.
save
I'm just saying.
Oh,
When I
okay.
was younger, I was just an animal. When I was in my mid-20s, I was just an animal. It took me getting locked up a few times to finally calm down.
Wow.
When I finally went to court for the second time, I got arrested for a bunch of charges, and that judge said, "If I see you in my court again, you're gonna do a year in jail." That was like that. That finally like got me to
Woke
calm
you up.
down.
I mean, it was the same thing with my fucking, because I was a graffiti artist in high school. Like, it took me getting arrested 3 times and then finally having to go to jail and that kind of shit to be like, okay, is this what I want to do with my? And that was before 17 that I got arrested 3 times. So by the time I hit 17 and a senior in high school, I was actually a really mellow dude. Besides selling marijuana, I was obeying every
no big
rule.
Yeah. But I saw Brink asked a question: did you get your job back listening to sports radio? No. From this 7-Eleven job, I went to Home Depot because that bitch paid $9 an hour.
I'm moving up.
I was moving up, so that'll be a good precursor for next week or next episode.
Well, right on. Let's get into these toy news because we got a lot of it. First up, TFCon FansHobby exclusive. So we get, what are they calling this? God Delta. So this is a weird, like,
Another
mix.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, and it's a weird mix, and this is all FansHobby's been doing, is these Optimus Primes and shit. So it's a powered convoy, a traditional blue powered convoy with a God Bomber that they combine. So yeah, this is kind of a weird one, but so that a regular what was it, Power Optimus Prime is coming, since this was the exclusive with that God Bomber. But I mean,
And what's a God Bomber?
it's a combination of a powered convoy, or God Bomber is this thing, like the little RV trailer thing. It's all Japanese, and this is how obscure it is to me, at least, is I'm a Prime collector and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this whole God Bomber thing, but it combines So you take that powered Optimus Prime with the God Bomber and you combine it into Lotus. Do you remember what the full name, like when it's combined, is called?
I'm not too sure what that is, but I do know it does kind of remind me of Delta Magnus as far as the color palette.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing is that color scheme, but with the God Bomber, which never those two things never coincide as far as I know. That so there's the God Bomber robot mode, and then there's the combined. So
I'm just trying to understand like who's collecting this type of, you know, it's like this stuff. These combinations are kind of out there. I mean, you have to be
it's
a
like
very deep fan, you know, kind of a thing, you know.
Yeah, and they have the what were those Microman or Micro Change or whatever they were originally. They've got those guys rocking here. So all I know is it looks like we'll be getting some version of Ultra Magnus from them that I might actually finally get from FansHobby. Because obviously those molds are bomb because all they do is that same fucking mold and those same like characters all the time.
I mean, FansHobby started with Ultra Magnus way back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Target Geek Out this week. I didn't even know this was still going on. I'm glad the things that I wanted didn't sell out. So all this stuff hit, which if you're a G.I. Joe fan, all you did is got a second shot at Barbecue that didn't sell well in the first place. A second shot at Kimbo's Slice Roadblock.
Oh, please, that's like
sell.
the 21st shot. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say.
Never been
I
out
was
of
gonna
stock.
say, this thing never did well.
Yeah.
Transformers people got another shot at Jet Power Optimus Prime here if you missed him. And then you get a Nest Ironhide, and then a Nest, I forget what they call this, like Bone Cruncher or something like that. Bone Crusher. So that's this guy. But I think the big news here, obviously, is the fucking Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yeah.
Animated series. Anybody else? Like, I'm like completist. I'm going to buy all of those. Anybody else excited about those?
I think they look cool, but I'm not going to get any of them.
I watched it as a kid, but I
Yeah.
would never commit to an action figure line on it.
Not enough.
Yeah, same here.
Interesting.
But how
Yeah,
come
see.
only the one guy's on Pulse? The bad guy.
The
I thought the
Avenger,
bad guy was a
yeah.
Target exclusive.
Well,
and
and
Pulse
that's what
also.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
Pulse does the... Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they do the partner exclusives. I guess I thought these are all exclusives to Target, and for some reason Pulse only got the Avenger and I think he's the Dungeon Master, right? The little guy is what they consider the Dungeon Master in the cartoon.
From what I understand, the rest of them, other than that 2-pack, are going to be exclusive after October. They're going to be everywhere.
Are they
Oh,
doing the
okay.
play set for it?
Oh, Fortress of Fangs?
Yeah, that fucking
please.
play set's
Oh,
like
that'd
shit.
be
I would
dope.
buy that just for the play set.
Well, and what I'm really hoping for is some version of, what was it, Tiamat? Is that the name? Am I getting that right?
Sounds
the dragon, the 7-headed dragon. That's what I want because they
Red
made
and
a
orange
stack.
thing? Wasn't he red and orange?
Well, but then he had a white head and a black head, like it was a 7-headed dragon. So
Okay, so I think we might be thinking it's different.
different things. Let's see here. Let me see if this is Tiamat D and D. Will that come up with anything? Yeah, this fucking thing. Tiamat. Yeah, here it is in the cartoon. So yeah, this is
cool.
that's what I want in the toy line, at least. That was like their big Vinger was like in control of this thing or something like that. But all right. Let's see. Collector Con Werewookie should be coming up on October 6th. Looks like Collector Con itself is going to be on the 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, this is, to me, one of the most ridiculous versions of this. Except for I do like the pail. The ice cream maker pail. That's awesome.
Which I hear McDonald's is bringing back this year.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. Me and my wife
I
already said
remember.
we're going to get some Happy Meals on that day because I just want that bucket.
That's cool.
Lotus, was that something you saying you remember that as a kid?
Yeah, definitely.
So the
remember.
parents, that wasn't evil enough to keep you away from it?
I mean, I don't think it was my parents that bought them. I think it was more like when I stay over at a friend's house, kind of the heathen parents, with the Masters of the Universe and all the evil stuff. They'd get that, and I don't know if I ever let it into the house. I just kept it over at their house. I don't remember, but I definitely remember those tales.
Dude, I love them.
Hey man, can you hang on to this for me?
Or maybe I never got the pail, but I saw it. It was like in the window. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have that, but I can't have it.
I recognize that from the commercials.
You remember going trick or treating? Somebody would give you the coupon for like a small free ice cream cone.
Yes.
Or the little booklet of the
the little booklet.
Yeah, the booklet had like 10
hamburgers
things
and
for $1.
cheeseburgers.
I mean, my parents actually used to buy that book and keep it. They would just rip it up and be like, all right, your brother goes in and buys this. You go in and buy that. And this way, one got an extra hamburger, one got an extra fry. We didn't grow up loaded with money, so we had to do sometimes and stuff like that. But
Lotus, did you never experience the majesty of a McDonald's birthday party?
Oh, dude. Oh.
I mean,
Back in the 80s, that was the best time.
Oh my god. They I don't know why. To this day, I'm like, why was that a big deal? Like they pulled out all the stops, they took you on a tour.
Dude, you get from the back and see them build hamburgers and shit. It was
dude.
awesome.
Like this is how we get the bubbles in the soft drinks. It's like
I never did one of those. So
I was going to say, I did a McDonald's, but not one where they gave a tour.
They gave a
just
tour. You got the
they
cake
just
with the
blocked
sugar
off the
character.
tables.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
Yeah,
kids, this is where
grilled
those
in
pre-made
the playground.
eggs are that look like plastic come out of the tray that are already cooked, and we just heat them up. We put a little bit of water on them, stick them in the microwave. Here you go.
I'm sure Ronald McDonald gave you a backstage tour.
Yeah. Come in the back room there a little
Ronald
boy.
never showed up at my parties.
And Grimace is probably back there. Hey, what's going on?
Some kid named Dave. He was just like, hey.
And hey, kids, you see those little black plastic boxes in the back? That's where the cockroaches go in. They eat the little stuff and then they die. This way we don't have roaches all in front of the restaurant.
It was just, dude, it was just awesome. Like,
And that
granted,
gross
like as an
orange
adult, I'm
pop
like,
that we
why? But as a kid, that shit was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember definitely going to birthday parties that, like I said, my neighbor or, different friends in the neighborhood or whatever. I definitely remember that. I remember sitting at that special table that had, well, at least my McDonald's had like an actual Ronald McDonald like statue that was built into the table.
Oh, yeah. That was always like, had his arm out. Relaxing.
Big wave going on. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, where's that shit in the selfie
Dude,
age, man? That would fucking...
Why don't they have that now? Because that would bring people in. Like,
Yeah.
and then the death trap playgrounds, like you're guaranteed a kid
'Cause-
broken arm or
Oh,
fucking
God,
broken-
I
Everything's
love
got to look like a
glass.
Starbucks now.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be like Art Deco.
I went to McDonald's today. Let me tell you about the most, me and my wife got Chinese food for dinner, but my son, of course, can't eat that. I had to get a McDonald's. So we ordered the Chinese food, drove to McDonald's. I go in there. They're only working on the drive-thru. And I look at the screen. It's got the double drive-thru. And it said all the local McDonald's, the 4 of them. And it said, you currently, Son of Riches, are in last place. It's increased your speed to only 30 seconds per car to gain the next rank. And there was a screen where they're competing against the 3 other local McDonald's. And then it's tracking all the orders. The manager was yelling at one of the people that she needs that person to stay late because otherwise you'll have 2 people in the grill. No, I'm staying there like an asshole, just standing there. So I'm like, fuck, I'm going to go to that screen. I go to that screen to place my order, 20-piece chicken nuggets, $7.39. But if you do the buy a 10-piece for $5, you get another one for $1. So it's $6. It's cheaper to buy two
10
10s, or it's even cheaper if you buy 4 pieces. then I'm trying to put the thing in, and I can't delete the other thing, and I'm just like, fuck this stupid, punching the screen. Somebody else walks in front of me. They help him, of course. Then I stand online, and I finally get taken care of. I'm just like, then an Uber Eats lady comes in. She's like, I've been waiting outside for 20 minutes for my order. What's going on? And I'm just like, wow, fast food is doomed.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, and no offense to anybody that does this, but who the fuck is ordering McDonald's for delivery?
That's what I said to my wife.
Who
Like,
is
what's that
ordering-
$10 order going to cost you?
Yeah, fucking.
You got to tip
yeah,
the lady,
with
the Uber Eats fee. And, like, how much can that Uber Eats lady or DoorDash lady make on that trip to make it worth their time?
That's the thing that I'm most worried about. It's the people ordering that shit that don't tip the person.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, thanks for my $20 McDonald's. I'm not going to give you a tip because they charged me a fee and everything was more expensive than it was if
And
I
that's
went
why you
to
eat
the
some
store.
motherfuckers fries on the way over.
And get DoorDash.
Wait, this is supposed to be a large fry. It was.
Yeah.
Traffic. Sorry.
They must have forgot that cheeseburger that you ordered.
That's a dad tax on your Uber Eats order.
Ours, I see them hand them out. Ours have like 9 stickers across the bag to make sure you're not like getting in there and shit.
You know how hard it was for me driving home with the McDonald's bag between my legs, even though we had the Chinese food in the back seat? Like to reach into that bag and just grab a couple fries and a McNugget, even though I got a full Chinese meal dinner in there. It was just
Dude, you gotta eat those fries within 3 minutes, or they're not very
done.
good.
Yeah, they're done.
Well, that's when the air fryer comes in handy.
Breakalizer says God Genrai is the name of the combined Power Master Prime and God Bomber. Thank you. KJ Smith, all in on the D&D Toon figures. And he wants the Dragon and Venger's Horse. And Venger's Horse sounds super cool, if I'm remembering right here. Let's see. Venger's Horse.
By the way, that is the orange and red dragon I was thinking of. Like, we didn't.
This one, the
yeah.
TMS. Yeah. Oh, $signs. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Venger's Horse is dope. Look at the statue version of it here. Oh,
Put that next to your Death Dealer. That would look pretty awesome. Like they make a Mythic Legion's Death Dealer. And this guy.
Yeah.
Or that fire horse from, what is it? Mythic Legions, right? The fire horse?
Yeah, from Mythic Legions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Paul Schreiber. This was this is what the statue that reminded me how much I wanted it. This is a fucking like $2,000 or $3,000 statue. That's
it?
That one.
Oh,
Jesus.
Just buy that with my free money from PayPal.
Yeah.
Lotus has one as just a doorway. It's a
but you
door
gotta
stop.
buy 2 for the same with the shipping.
All right, let me get this up here. And next up, PulseCon schedule. So now you can see how you'll spend your 2 days. This is kind of weird. The pre-show is like 2 hours before it actually starts. I can't imagine they're going to do it 2 hours of pre-show.
They'll probably just roll cartoons.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like I'm sure they have some prize guests or something like they did the last time. But we're going to get the Transformers panel, then Power Rangers, then starting lineup, then Fortnite, then Marvel Legends, and then early access starts on Pulse, so people that want to pre-order shit. And then the second day is going to be G.I. Joe. What is an Avalon Hill? I've heard of it before, but I don't remember.
It's their
Anybody
board
know?
games.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's where okay. Board games. Then we get Magic the Gathering, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and then pre-orders happening again. So, I mean, how does everybody feel? Do you want to be like there when the panel starts, or do you watch them at the end of the day?
I watch the Instagram and Twitter highlights.
Yeah, I just watch the highlights
Okay.
on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll go through my Facebook highlights and see what's on there. But speaking of these starting lineup figures, oh my god, did you guys see them?
Yeah. They're not
$50 each.
and there are tickets.
No, are they 50?
$49.99. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were 39, but either way, they're both too expensive.
Oh, I thought they were in the 20s.
Oh, God, no,
so
dude.
now we're way okay. So
they got
we're-
actual Nike swooshes, which apparently is fucking god awful expensive.
Oh shit!
I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to love starting line back in the day. I
Yeah,
had
but they were
tons of
cool
them.
little tiny statues. They were like baby's first statues.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the first
yeah.
year they didn't have like the greatest sculpting because they used to reuse a lot of heads. There was a lot of people that looked the
this is like-
same, but they started getting better each year. They had the little card to collect, but man, I mean, not that I'm I don't know who any of these basketball players are except for LeBron, but shit, like
Yeah, I was gonna say like, literally don't know hardly anyone. Now I am gonna do NBA League Pass this year, so I can watch every Knicks game. So I'll probably get more familiar with all these new players, but
I'm just wondering, like, if that price point,
fucking
like,
crazy.
yeah, that price point of people that follow basketball die hard, are they going to be like, I need to have this?
I
mean,
think
those-
they're targeting the different people that aren't us.
Yeah,
that are
they're-
like the
they're
NFT trading card
Yeah.
sports fan that don't really collect yet.
Think about
Yeah,
it. if
they
it's
just
$50
want
US.
their cool. They just want their favorite player, or the player from their team, or something.
Because apparently the card's going to be an NFT.
Oh, that's fucking
Oh,
crazy.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Now, what are people thinking about Indiana Jones? So that was posted.
Super interested.
Are you going to go completist if it? So it's got to
I
be
don't know,
Black
man.
Series. It's got to be a 6-inch kind of collector line, I assume.
They said they're doing both. So from what I
Okay.
understand, the Black Series is called the Adventure Series.
Okay.
So there's probably going to be a Black Series. Obviously, no matter what they do, I'm going to get an Indiana Jones of every scale.
Yeah. And
If they do a
I would
4-inch
commit
line?
to that too.
If they do a 4-inch line, I'll get any figure I don't already have from the 2008 offerings.
You know
Okay.
what? What's the chance that they do like a retro line, like vintage packaging, and kind of make those less
shit.
articulated 5 POA kind of figures?
I would say slim to zero, only because in history, every single Indiana Jones line has crashed and burned hard.
Yeah, they won't go all out on them.
So you
So
don't think they'll overextend? They'll
if
just do
anything,
a
they may do
6-inch
Star Wars
line.
style Indiana Jones figures, like retro Star Wars style.
Well, that's what I just said. The retro.
Oh,
the
I just
5
mean-
POA. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought you
Well-
meant the retro Indiana Jones figures from
Yeah,
81.
Yeah,
No,
because the
no,
retro
make 'em-
aren't 5 POA. They're like
yeah,
that's
make
true.
it the
11
vintage
POA,
yellow
right?
card back and make it like 5 points, even though Indiana had like, he had an articulated arm and stuff.
So do like a reaction style.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
reaction
thinking.
indie.
Just yeah. I
Who
mean
knows?
I wouldn't be in on any of that, but
I get a short stack if they did a reaction.
Short round.
Or short round. I get a short round.
it ain't IHOP, bro.
Short stack.
All right.
I'm interested to see, though, how they go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too.
it like I say, Indy's about all I've ever cared. Short round, I would probably rock a short round, mainly just because he has a fucking Yankees hat. And back in the day, I was like, "Oh my god, I just became a Yankees fan as a little kid because I chose to be a Yankees fan." And then Takara Tomy's doing an in-person free convention in Japan, so this is kind of dope. I'm not even going to try to pronounce any of the names here, but this will be
Did you
September
book your airfare
23rd. I was literally thinking like this would be one of the cheaper cons to attend. All you have to do is pay for airfare and hotel. And Japan just opened up again as well. So, what do they have here? Just some pictures. So we get a Star Saber, we get a Raiden there in the background, Diaclone and Zoids. And then just one of the fucking train bots, but that's dope. I love that they fucking do this shit free of charge. Toy News, first Raiden prototype. And oh my god, this just... And I don't mean to put him down, but this just looks like a Hasbro Masterpiece combiner. So this is the first combiner we would get in the official Hasbro line. And then you look at it compared to all the third-party combiners that have just been refining their processes and getting better and better. And there's even the Moon Studios that have shown their Raiden, and it's so clean compared to this. This is just a little bit shocking to me, even though we've seen like silhouettes of it. There's just shit everywhere in this.
Reminds me of Voltron.
It does. It does. The vehicle Voltron.
No, just Voltron. Go back to the first picture.
That one.
Yeah, and then just look at the center.
The face.
It's
Yeah.
The abdomen is Voltron's face.
Oh, I see. That's exactly right. Oh my god! And I mean, look at this stuff coming off the side of the legs.
He's got a lot of loose joints and shit. He's not clean at all.
God.
It's like a Bayformer.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
mean,
Yeah.
It's not jagged enough, but same deal.
And we know these things.
Oh, that's
can
weird.
be
Wait. Go back to the one where it's something off his butt. There's a face on. What's that? It's a face on a butt.
I think those are just two screws, dude.
Oh, are they?
Oh,
Yeah.
this thing here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are
that
the
looks
screws.
like just like one of his hip fucking things. But again, that's a hip thing. That big, huge block hanging off of his hip. So, yeah, this is rough. Takara / Hasbro. You think they would have caught up to third party by now, but Toy Hall of Fame. I didn't even realize this. I don't know how long they kept the voting open for, but the voting's already closed on this, unfortunately.
Didn't we vote already?
I don't know. I don't remember voting because Masters is one of them. I mean, compared to some of these others, so it's a little ridiculous. So Bingo, again, this is kind of like Stick or Rock, which have been nominees in the past. Briar Horses. I had a Briar Horse. Did anybody else have a Briar Horse?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
No. It's just like a horse statue from back in the day, and they just made.
Definitely did
like
not have
Schleich.
one of those.
Oh, it says 1951. Listen, the people that played with these toys,
Are
they're not
dead.
even on the internet anymore. They're in a
Yeah.
nursing home, a hospice. So they're not be voting on this shit.
Settlers of Catan. So that's a new one. I've never even played Settlers of
Me
Catan.
neither. Yeah.
I've been meaning to. Light
That's a
Bright.
millennial game.
Like Bright's awesome.
Light Bright's
Hours
amazing.
on Light Bright.
My god, dude.
I love the
So
G.I.
many
Joe
times.
sheets you could get for it.
Oh, dude. And then when you learn that the sheets were just black construction paper, you're like, fuck this, I'm just making my own.
Yeah, exactly. You get Masters of the Universe. Nerf is a pretty broad category. Like,
Yeah.
all of Nerf. Pinata.
You got to admit
That's
it.
not
Nerf-
really a toy. A pinata's more of like a game. Well, I guess so is
Yeah, it's a
Phase
game,
10
right?
and Bingo, but
But come on, was anything better than a Nerf football when you were a kid? Until a
Yeah, the
dog,
Nerf bow and arrow.
until a dog bit the corner off the football, then every pass was wobbly because a dog, like every dog in the neighborhood wanted that ball, and he would just bite the end off the football, and then you'd throw it. It'd just be like, "Ooh," it looked like Chad Pennington throwing the football. There's an old reference for you.
maybe because I was so tall, I was all about Nerf basketball. I have always had a Nerf basketball hoop. Oh, I don't
okay.
have one up in here, but I've always had a Nerf basketball hoop I have one down in my room downstairs, but
Yeah, I just remember Nerf. Everybody had like at least one kid had a Nerf football, and you got a
Yeah.
couple. People
Oh,
who
yeah,
play.
dude.
I mean,
because fucking regular basketballs were so hard to throw and they were fucking hard to catch. Even if you had a smaller one as a kid, like a little fan one, that thing was still fucking hit you in the head and hurt like
or
shit.
if I did have a basketball, it never had enough inflation in it, so you try to dribble it, it'd be like dribbling a cinder block. It dunk, dunk. Oh yeah, nobody knew how to put air in it back then. None of us had that little pin.
Oh, yeah, we had the hand pump, man. Just that
Yeah, it
little...
has
Because I was
We got-
always cool. My dad always installed the basketball hoop in our driveway.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I had
pound puppies. Yeah.
Wait, what was that, Lotus?
Racco. I have never. Oh, sorry, Lois. Do you have something, brother?
I was just gonna say I had pound puppies.
Oh, okay. I was going to say about something with the nose.
Couldn't have Motu, but they'd let you
Yeah.
have pound puppies at least. Huh?
I had
Wait,
paragraph, too.
were you not allowed to have pets?
Had cats. That's it. Was
But
not
no
allowed to have a
dogs.
dog.
I could see why they would do the pound puppies. Like, we know you want a dog. Here's a
Yeah,
pound
here
puppy.
you go. Here's the next best thing.
My mom had a black pound puppy in the back of her car for so many years it turned purple.
yeah, that is
That good old sun died.
Sun just completely sun faded, and it was pretty. I mean, my mom didn't have a lot of like tchotchkes like this. Like she had do you remember the couch potato toys? It was like a big potato in a sack. That was a toy. It was called a couch potato. You will. Like my mom had that too. It wasn't too many like modern stuff she had back in the day, but my mom had the pound puppy.
Racco, I've never heard of before. Spirograph. Now, Spirograph was my
Yep.
shit
Yeah,
back in the
that
day.
was good
dude.
shit. Yeah.
I never had it, but any friend that I had, I'd go over to their house and just Spirograph the whole fucking time, dude.
Oh, dude, my mom bought me the travel. Remember when every game had the travel version?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could
The
get,
travel
the-
version. Yep.
I had
Yeah.
the travel spirograph. I would take that on every fucking car ride. Like,
That's all Little Miss McFavorite has ever had. We've never had the full size, but I found a pocket one that's literally like Post-it notes that you put under it to do it.
yeah.
And
And you could hold everything, or at least mine, you could hold everything inside of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It had the
It was
border
like this.
on it.
Yeah, it was like this
Yeah.
thick. You could just open it, and all the little different, what do you call it, like stencils were in there.
gears or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a different kind of travel game when I was a kid. It was called getting mesothelioma. My dad would keep the windows rolled up, and he would smoke Guinea Stink or Avanti cigars. They were the cigars that smell like amaretto, anisette, and he just puffed these things, and the car would look like Method Man and Red Man were driving down the road. And you weren't allowed to crack the window either, unless my brother farted. Then we can crack the window. But otherwise, we just took in secondhand smoke the whole fucking ride to wherever we were going, and we liked it. And we didn't say nothing, or we would get smacked.
My mom was the same way. Like not during the summer, but during the winter, man, that shit was cracked that much, dude. That's how much she'd crack her window and just chain smoke in the car.
Oh,
Dude, my
unless my
dad smoked
brother
a
had-
pipe.
Same way.
Unless my brother had one of those amino acid farts because he was eating those like the packs that used to get of like all the different things. And if he cracked one of those, man, holy shit! Then
Wait,
all the
what was
windows
it?
came down.
That was the worst description I've ever heard of a food. A pack with all these different things.
It was a vitamin pack. It was the
Oh.
Joe Weider vitamin pack. It'd
Got
be
it.
like a pack you'd get. It'd have like 5 or 6 different pills in it. And man, when he cracked a rat, it was like the paint could peel off the walls, man. It was the worst. And he'd have it
Vitamin
all
farts are
day,
the worst.
all day long. And that was the only time the window could go down when in that death trap of a car.
Brinkalizer says his family settles, so Settlers of Catan,
Yeah.
now during the holidays instead of paying Monopoly on game night. That's crazy. That's because, yeah, if we ever have a big game night during the holidays, it's always Monopoly. So that's crazy.
It never ends. It just goes on and on and on.
Oh, it does end when somebody flips the table.
Oh,
over
I
and starts
fucking-
cursing
Yeah, when
everybody
Oh,
someone
out,
dude.
that's when it ends.
flip out. Yeah.
Sorry is our family game. Sorry. It's quick.
Hotels is a great game because again, you can just burn someone out super fast and be done with it.
So Brinkalizer also says, I keep a football in my car at all times. You never know when an opportunity to have a catch comes up. I used to be the same way. I used to keep I kept a frisbee, a football, a basketball, and a fucking hacky sack in my truck at all times until we had a daughter. And I'm like, oh, hanging out with my friends is over now.
Bye
Out
bye.
of everybody here, do you guys prefer what do you like? For me, I prefer frisbee over football. As far as like if I'm going to play catch, I'd rather.
Oh, yeah. Frisbee is my favorite
Yeah.
catch sport, in my opinion.
Baseball for me.
Yeah, I rather throw
Really?
baseball, yeah.
Yeah, we played catch with my dad, but I don't think I've voluntarily played catch outside of gym class since I was like 11.
Oh shit. All right. Let's see here. Oh no, wrong thing. Wrong thing again. Earthspark Packaging. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this now. It's brutal.
Oh, have you already seen this?
Yeah, I've seen the new packaging, man. It's fucking brutal.
Crazy. Yeah, it's all kid stuff, so. But interesting to see what they do. These are the weirdest things ever. So, the latest Toy Book magazine issue featured Pop Taters. These are the weirdest things. Look at those weird potato shapes. And this is Hasbro. This is what I don't get. Yeah. They got a Gene Simmons. They have a fucking dude from the Big Lebowski.
Fuck?
They have a, what's his name? Was it
Dwight.
Dwayne?
Dwight.
Yeah, thank you. The Sonic is super weird. Like, I don't get these potato shapes. Like, why didn't...
Because they're hanging on the potato head, man.
I know, but like make it a regular potato head. I don't get these big long.
So what is this? Looks like potato by way of pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but see, it doesn't have that in here. It has Universal, Peacock. There's a logo we can't tell here.
Oh no, what I mean is like this is potato head trying to be pop. I don't mean it's
yeah.
pop.
I see what you're saying. They're just saying we need to create it. But see, they already had like an art toy format. That regular potato head, I always thought was a great format for it. But maybe if they were like, if we make it make it half as skinny, we'll be able to do so much more with it.
Like,
I guess it's a fingerling potato now instead of like a big fat potato.
I like that.
It's an artisanal.
We can't afford the russet, so we'll get the fingerling.
Yeah, it's an artisanal potato now.
So yeah, those are definitely weird. Velocitron Crasher. So we get our first official looks at Crasher. She looks weird, but she looked weird in the leaked images too. Anybody gonna pick Crasher up just because she's a GoBot homage?
Look, she looks like a NASCAR, and the actual figure is a NASCAR.
Yeah, it is.
She's an IndyCar. She wasn't an IndyCar.
Oh, wait, what? No, she was an F1, and the car is an F1. That's
No,
an
she
F1.
wasn't. She was not an F1.
Oh, she was that weird.
Yeah, that weird, like, she was a race car, but she was not a NASCAR or an F1 racer.
I thought she was. It just was a different like body format.
No.
But I don't know enough about Formula One racing to know.
But if
I
you look her
thought
up for, like,
I
the
thought they
vintage
just had more fenders and stuff
No.
than an F1 would normally have.
No, she's all smooth and had nice body lines, everything.
Let's see, what kind of car was GoBot Crasher? Let's see how good this is. Crasher Wiki.
Her vehicle mode was a Porsche 956.
Porsche 956. Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't an F1 racer. Or
and they don't even show the fucking...
Yeah, they do right down the bottom. That bottom image there, that's what she looked like.
No, I know they showed her bot mode. I'm looking for the vehicle. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I always just thought it was a different version of an F1 car. Okay. So that's a big no for even the car transformer guy. New listings for Transformers. First up, Studio Series and Legacy. So we're getting yet another Brawl. Or Brawn, I should say. We get Brawn all the time. Looks like we're going to get a deluxe bombshell. And then DevCon, which I've always fucking kind of dug from the G1 cartoon. So a different version of fucking Blur. What else we have? Tarantulas we already knew about. Shadow Strikers, what we saw just a second ago with Crasher. Oh, a deluxe beachcomber. That's kind
That
of
looks
cool.
cool.
I don't know who Detritus is. Wild Rider, we've seen pictures of that already. Eevee
Thundercracker? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so
That's my
that'll
boy.
complete it. Hopefully he'll have null rays instead of the weird axe thing or whatever the fuck that was that Skywarp had. Voyager Dirge. Scrap Hook, name for the previous. Oh, another fucking Junkion, which is kind of cool. I'll buy every weird like remold Junkion they come out with. I'm good with that. Series Core Frenzy, Core Ironhide, that Deluxe Brawn we talked about, Voyager Ratchet, Deluxe Capsule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Leader Capsule. That's crazy.
What the
2
fuck are
and
capsules?
1. Of Deluxe Cheetor weren't canceled. They were just moved. All right. What else here? War for Cyber. Oh, we're finally getting Voyager class. And again, when I say Voyager class, I'll be interested to see how big these are actually compared to the... Although the War for Cybertron Deluxes were always kind of on the small side compared to the rest of the line. But we're going to get a War for Cybertron, Megatron, and Optimus. It's been so long since we've talked about it, I had to look up this acronym, the Rise of the Beast Rhinox. So that's the,
Whoa,
guess.
15 plus airport.
I was
I've
looking
seen
at that
those
too.
pictures before. That guy was banging.
The what? Oh,
Fuck yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute.
God, those are the grossest fake boobs I've ever seen, dude. They almost are at a normal level when she pulls her arms all the
there's
way
something
back.
wrong
They're
there.
almost
Yeah.
where they should
You
be.
overpaid for that shit.
I've seen worse fake boobs. They're on men.
Yeah. So yeah, Rise of the Beast coming. So here we get Studio Series Core Transformers 3 Bumblebee. It'll be interesting to get some movie style in that core. All we've gotten is G1.
What's this figure next to the ad for the Optimus? You scroll to the right and it says hot.
This,
Yeah, the dude on the toilet.
I think this is a make your own things. Yeah, dolls to you. This is where you put your own face on
I'm gonna make a figure
on
of
a
me
fucking
I think it's called
head
Hasbro Signature Series.
Guys taking a
Selfie
shit on a
series.
bowl is my focus.
Let's see. Here's where we get the Wheeljack in the Studio Series. Barricade from War for Cybertron. War for Cybertron Bumblebee and War for Cybertron Cliff Jumper. We're getting a Nightbird in the Rise of the Beast. That's kind of interesting. They're probably going to fuck that up just to keep a hold of the naming rights there. But yeah, lots of new stuff coming from the new movie.
Is this all Hasbro? Like, how do
Yeah,
you guys keep
that's all
track of all this?
Hasbro.
You've named like 50 figures.
That's because if you do Hasbro, you probably don't do third party or vice versa. So, yeah, that's cool.
Cliff.
A little
Got it.
screenshot. War for Cybertron Cliff Jumper. Oh, we saw these in the last post. Okay. All right. I was hoping we could move on to something other than Transformers, but third party. There's just a couple third party Transformers, believe it or not. But Legends Omega Supreme. So again, these are just 3D models, but they look really good.
Yeah.
This looks cool. This
Yeah.
looks like a cool like vintage robot.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want a Omega Supreme. So
Sorry, Lotus. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say I echo what everyone's saying. It looks phenomenal from the renders. I mean, So
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Oh yeah. I'm curious, how do they show this arm not being a completely straight arm? I'm hoping they have a joint in there that kind of folds into that to give them some elbow articulation. Oh, didn't we see that in the... Yeah, see, that one's straight.
I don't think he does. I think those are just straight.
Yeah, that would be a little disappointing.
Because I think if you go up to the second or third image, it has one where it has the lights coming out of the...
Yeah, where they showed... Yeah, those
yeah,
are
that's
both
all straight arm.
too.
Yeah.
That's not the greatest. But again, 10-inch, which is, it's legend scale, but 10 inch is a very good size third-party robot for only $85. Considering, who is it? New Age is making, 3.5, 4-inch figures for $90 now.
Yeah.
Now, again, this probably won't be at the quality of New Age, but... All right, let's get into something people want to talk about.
Fraggle
At
Rock.
least on this podcast. Well, just anything besides Transformers.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to like Transformers anymore in this podcast. 4-inch scale, Fraggle Rock. Anybody a Fraggle Rock fan?
Who couldn't be?
Yeah.
Our age.
Sorry, Lotus, your track phone cut out. What were you saying?
I was gonna say it looks really good. I mean, Dozers were actually one of my favorite little characters of Fraggle Rock.
Dude, I love the Dozers. Or Doozers, right? So this is the first one. This is like a one-off they're doing. But what was... I think if we look at it, didn't they have more? Maybe it was an article I read about them when I looked them up. So they're going to be doing a Doozer 2-pack as well. This is like a preview figure that'll ship early in 2023. Most things are going to be coming later in 2023. Nacelle Sectaurs pricing. So I'm glad to see these weren't $60 like the
they're not bad. They're not bad
RoboForce.
price.
These photos just look awful.
That makes
them
it look
lighting them with the maroon and stuff like that is fucking... They need to fire the person taking the pictures of them.
Well, they're trying to do the 80s style pictures. If you look at the backgrounds, it's almost identical to what you would see when they were selling them in the catalogs.
Yeah, exactly. And I get it, but Jesus. And the thing I think that annoys me the most about these, and I kind of gave the 3 3/4 line a pass, but they need to be having their little fucking companions, their little bug dogs and shit like that.
Did they do a Spider X and all those guys? Or they just did the main?
Yeah,
They just
these
did
are...
Dargon and the girl that was never made.
Right.
Yeah, this girl, I mean, that's a good point, Cliff, is the girl was never made. Was she ever shown in pre-production or anything?
Yes,
I believe there are catalog pictures of her floating around.
Okay.
Wave 2.
So yeah, $40 is just too much. And this fucking thing, and I know this is Big Bad Toy Store. This isn't a reflection on Nacelle or anything, but give a fucking break on buying 2. It's actually cheaper. Yeah, it's 1 cent cheaper.
I never buy their combinations. I always buy them separately because if it's 3 or more, that's 3 cents.
Yeah, exactly. This one kind of caught my eye. Acid Rain and the Worst. Cliff, you like the Worst, right?
I love the Worst. I don't have any Worst. I just love looking at them.
Just like the concept of them.
I just think they're so fucking cool. I just don't need another thing to collect.
Does that dude have a brain in a fucking
Yes,
jar?
it's a jar with a brain.
Yeah, they're all there, and it reminds me, maybe because I just went and saw Clerks 3, but the Cortex Commander reminds me of the Click Commander so much. Every time I read this, I'm like, the Click Commander. But I mean, these look amazing. They're obviously made by Acid Rain. And they're just too expensive. $38.99 a piece. Do we at least get a break here? Let me do the math real quick. No, you don't even get a break here. You do get the cents off. So you're not saving the 2 cents by buying all 3 of them. Yeah, these are one of those things. I love brains in jars. Hence
dude,
my new, like my Mutagen Man excursion I've gone off on. But yeah, these are out of the price range. I like how this dude has like a tie. The commander has like a tie on.
Well, he's got a very. I think the original reaction figure has a very like Nazi uniform.
Oh, the brain guy does
Yeah.
in general. Okay. So yeah, I love them. I wish I could do them, but I'm in a very like picky part of my collecting. But I went all in on these. So Cliff, can you give us some extra information? So I found the Captain Spaulding at a toy show like a year ago, and I was like, oh shit, I've never seen this before. So these came out before, right?
Just Spaulding did. Just Spaulding.
Okay, so and they had plans to make the other one because Spaulding has the other ones on a like upsell or whatever you call the artwork
Cross
on the
sell?
back of a cart. Cross sell, yeah.
So yeah, it's Trick or Treat Studios. They're dipping their toe in action figure production. Like I don't know. It's hard to get information about what they're releasing because they're doing this as well as like all the mask shit they do. Like Halloween masks.
Yeah.
All the horror stuff. So I don't know what their deal is. The fact that she comes with Fish Boy is genius.
Yeah.
That's
if you
Dwight
ever
Schrute
wanted
as well.
a Dwight. Yeah, I was going to say, Dwight's made 2 appearances on the show.
Well, that's the only way you're going to get a Sherry Moon zombie figure because, of course, he had to make his wife because, well, why not?
Yeah, and I know the Spaulding, you have the Spaulding. It's got a very superpowers you squeeze his legs, right?
Yeah, and I haven't opened it because it was unpunched and very minty. So I didn't know we were going to get these. So now they're going to do the rest of them.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's Dr. Satan.
He looks awesome.
Dr. Satan.
That's
Dr.
Otis.
Satan! So Otis and then...
that is what the fuck is...
Oh, God,
I don't know if he has...
remember.
Yeah, he's got a name. I don't remember. But that's like Dr.
Yeah.
Satan's henchman.
Not the
Professor.
they
The
call-
Professor.
The professor. I was going to say he's not the axe professor. He's the professor, though.
Oh, I didn't realize the guy Tiny's a Build-A-Figure. I thought
Yeah,
it was
that's why I did it, dude.
Oh.
And I did it because he's a Build-A-Figure where his torso comes with the collector case. So I'm gonna open up all of them and throw them in their collector case is what I'm gonna do. And here's the collector case.
That's awesome.
love
That's
that
straight out of
artwork.
the late
Yeah.
80s, early 90s.
That was the guy who was Bigfoot, who used to be on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, Matthew McGorry.
And he was also in
Oh,
Marilyn Manson, one of
interesting.
those mechanical animal videos back in the day.
I'll never forget. I used to have, well, I still do, but the DVD for House of a Thousand Corpses, if you leave it on the menu, Otis comes out and starts telling jokes.
Yeah.
And he's
I
like, Tiny, fuck
remember
the
that.
stump. Like, Tiny, fuck the stump. Like, and I'll never forget it. I can, because I used to fall asleep to menus all the time.
Yeah, me too. And dude, those are some of my favorites where they'd come out and like start tapping their feet. Like, are you
Yeah.
gonna pick something? You know, they all
Like
have these
Spaulding
little
yells at you,
Easters.
he swears at you too. Like,
Now I want to pull up my Blockbuster DVD of this now.
oh yeah, dude. Like if the main menu is Captain Spaulding, if you don't make a choice, he'll start yelling at you. And then I think it's the scene selection or the special features. Otis is out there, and then Otis just starts telling jokes.
I'm gonna check it out.
All right, starting lineup. We kicked it around. Oh my God, you're right. And I even made the link to this and didn't even snap.
No
$50
tattoos.
Fucking dollars.
Yeah, their arms are all clean.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought something was missing on these.
Do you know how much
cheap
extra
asses.
work it would take to do all those tampos?
I
Well,
can't
yeah,
even imagine.
exactly. But if
They do it with the
$50
wrestling figures, like, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But Slick's right. At $50, I can get a fucking $9.99 Mattel figure with covered in tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, again, none of my favorite players, so I don't really give a shit at this point. But the tattoos is a very interesting thing. At least basketball and baseball and football players, it won't matter as much. But
yeah, they're more covered.
But yeah, Cliff's completely right. The wrestling figures, they have no problem putting those on.
yeah, exactly. Fucking one of my rock figures is a $10 rock figure, and he's got his whole fucking shoulder and sleeve.
I also understand that, and we probably all know this if you guys remember the movie The Hangover. You can copyright tattoos. Like, remember, The Hangover got sued because they did the fake Mike Tyson face tattoo on Ed Helms.
Oh, really?
And that Mike Tyson's tattoo artist sued the production and got money.
Wow.
Because he copyrighted
for
that.
him. That's dope.
Well, that wrestler CM Punk, he's widely popular. He has a Pepsi tattoo, and he has the Arashikage tattoo. And none of those are on a figure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't put them on the figures.
I think he's got a Misfits tattoo, too.
I was listening to like an independent toy company that was making wrestling figures, and they were talking about doing tattoos. And they were saying how, like, each tampo costs X amount of cents, and then depending on how many figures they sell, it can rapidly change the price of a figure depending on how many deco hits there are for tattoos and how many colors there are. So it's really an interesting subject on... I guess it's a cleaner look on the figure, but it's definitely not accurate. But
yeah,
shit, for $50, you'd think it would be down to every little detail.
Well, look
and
at
the shorts look like shit too.
Yeah, the
with that diaper crotch.
Yeah,
the crotch, the jock thing.
Shoes look amazing, which were probably
awesome,
a big a big issue for them. Comes with it comes with what would be considered a $8 to $10 stand, with the fucking thing. But yeah,
the stand is awesome. Can you just go back a second? What were all those different levels? There was like different colors. It was like a blue, a green. Is that the NFT maybe? Like, is there a rarity? Is that what it must be?
Where were we looking?
It was in the photos.
Was in the photos, probably. So down here.
Yeah, one of them showed a bunch of different colors for a background of like the packaging.
I mean, it looks like that'll be like holographic, probably.
What was that?
Like
his
the
card?
Silver?
Or is that the
keep going though. I know what he's talking about. There were a bunch of
Was
different.
there
Was that
more?
the,
It was the same image. But
Oh God,
multiple
there's
color...
31 photos. Okay, shit. I thought we had seen all of them.
It was right after the.
Oh,
There you
here
go.
we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's what it is. NFT. Oh, that's what.
Motherfucker. BC
gold,
Elites.
green.
That's what Cliff was talking about. That's what's going to get the collector the card guys.
So
Yeah,
these
this
are
isn't for us.
But do you have to open it to find that? That's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I like that. I like that idea. Huh. Insane. All right.
I think they might have missed the boat on NFTs, though. It hasn't been proven that those are just garbage.
No, I don't know. I mean, there's still ones that are worth millions and millions of dollars. I think
Didn't Seth Green get an entire animated series hijack because somebody got his like
yeah,
NFT
because somebody
cartoon character?
stole his NFT that he was going to use. These are interesting. The most powerful stands in the universe.
Pretty cool.
Which is weird because these are ramen toys. So now we have a company that's making
mask
officially licensed toys, and these are not licensed.
What are they making
Which
that's
is-
officially licensed other than it's just the Silverhawks?
Yeah, Silverhawks.
Okay,
Yeah.
And those are sub-licensed from Super 7 too.
Yeah, and so are the mask, aren't they?
No, Mask are
No.
not sub. But Mask are
interesting. They're
completely not at all in any way shit
See, that's
sanctioned.
crazy.
That's why they're called Makina.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So these are kind of cool. Again, why, if you're making a stand, why only put fucking one peg on it? What would be the difference if you put 4 pegs, just so you could have different? That
Especially with that
drives me
much
nuts.
surface area.
Yeah, exactly. So this is cool. So I assume if you're like me and you razor off your bubbles, you can slide the card back into the back of it. So that's kind of dope. Big stand. So here you can see them next to Origins, Classics, and fucking Masterverse. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, getting it. I will get at least one, and I'm thinking about the 6-pack.
What would you go, red?
Yeah, definitely
I
red.
think the red is cool because then you can.
Yeah.
The red is like bisexual. You can use it for
Yeah,
heroes or
universal
villains.
for any guy,
Yeah.
I do like they're doing the green for the Snake Men. If maybe Snake Men was your thing.
Oh, you think that's right? I thought that would be Grayskull green, but
Yeah.
you're right. It might be Snake Mountain.
Oh, I
I
guess
thought it
you're
was
right.
Grayskull green and then Snake Mountain purple, or
the
original packaging red.
Oh, you're probably more correct at their original intention, but all right. Gridiron Jump, and this reminded me is fucking all of the G.I. Joe stuff used to be acronyms, and I'm like, I started thinking of them. I'm like, okay, HISS, that standard. What was that, like? Heavy
High-speed
entrance?
sentry.
No,
High speed sentry.
High speeds and
Yeah, the HAL
it's-
was another one.
SS.
yeah, everything was right, and
Yeah, they're
including
all
the
acronyms.
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High altitude laser, I think, was the HAL.
Oh, nice. So this is obviously much smaller than
Yeah.
a regular.
I got to be
jump.
honest with you, though. This is kind of beautiful. Like
I do.
If,
I
if I would ever
love
get
this,
something from Gridiron,
dude.
it would be this: the fucking '70s Huey pilot.
Yeah, that
fucking
big
Yeah,
helmet.
the helmet.
Oh my
I
God.
agree. I dig the fucking the. Okay, that must be their logo, right? That's why they're sticking it back there. But I mean, this looks dope, and it stores well.
Yeah.
What I want to see is the gun out of the backpack without the handles. Do they have? Oh, they don't have that photo
No, they have
because
the, yeah, just hanging on the ground there.
they've got the tube.
The gun
So-
is there. You can kind of see it on the ground, but yeah.
the acrylic rod so that they can be off the platform. And it's
Yeah.
not. I mean, I know. I mean, when you think about their like weapons packs being like $30-$40, this is only like 65. It's really
which is
not
reasonable
terrible.
compared to a mortar and a backpack and a couple rockets.
And this
Yeah,
is an actual
it's-
play set. I mean, for
Yeah.
$65 for a classified, that's cheap.
Well, and maybe a stand, a very fancy stand as
Yeah.
opposed to a play set. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool as hell.
yeah, the jump is one of those vintage things that I don't have that I would really like to get. Like a fucking jump in the box. Doesn't have to be sealed.
With a Silver Pass Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They had so many other cool things on their website, but they're not available anymore. After I looked at this link, I saw it was like a wall to build like a bunker, and it had like a 50 cal machine gun, and you could interlock them and make multiple pieces out of it. But there's so much stuff on their website that just sold out.
Sold out. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and good on them, man. They're fucking. I like that they're fucking, keeping shit on there so you can cross reference and all that kind of stuff. And it's good that they're able to sell all this shit,
Yeah, they had so many like diorama pieces, sandbags, and barrels, and different. I mean, I'm glad I don't buy classified because it's a slippery slope buying that stuff to put in the detail, make a little scene.
Oh, dude, it's
Yeah.
like I used to go crazy on Marauder. Before Marauder got into their own shut, it was just the Power Team Elite accessories.
Yeah, that
Oh
they
my
would
God.
have. Yeah, so many sandbags and cots and lockers.
bunk beds.
Yeah.
Do you remember the original thing that came with all kinds of crazy accessories like that for GI Joes back in the day? This is a deep hit. The
That
original
had like lifestyle accessories.
Yeah, it had like barrels and crates and all that. 'Cause I'll tell you, I
No.
had it. The MASH playset. Google the MASH playset.
from Mego, right?
It was massive. It was a big plastic-like tarp, and then it was all these different little buildings and stuff.
Is it
And
like
I
the
used to-
18 play set where you got like all the bunkers and the machine
Yeah, it was kind of
guns?
similar,
It probably would be.
but it
the
had
same
like
thing.
little like ammo crates and fuel barrels, and I used to
Go down to images,
like
right in the middle, Slick. It should
Oh
have
yeah,
that.
sorry. I'm going to selling instead of. You're absolutely right. Images.
It's
Like
got
if you
some
look at the middle.
incredible.
Oh, okay.
It's got some incredible 3 3/4 pieces in it.
Dead center, first row.
Oh god damn it! You're just supposed to bring up the picture. I'm on images.
Now when you do the very top row there, like that's the selling. Go to the images.
Oh,
There
I see.
you go.
I didn't even notice. I missed the ads. And are
Related-
those
if you
three
go to
and
related
three-quarter
images-
figures in there? Oh,
It didn't-
sorry.
it-
I'm not paying attention to people.
There was one. If you go to related images on the side, that one. Look at all the pieces it comes with. I had that, and that was like
oh my god, that's
Yeah.
crazy
You could build the whole
for the
camp
3
right
and
there.
3/4.
massive. Yeah, it was kind of like
Oh,
like
here.
those-
Oh, and here's on their sprues and shit. You had to fucking punch them out.
yeah, and you put the barrels together because they were 2 halves. But talk about like setting up a GI Joe play like area.
Yeah,
I didn't.
if you-
I only. I don't know what I did with all like the little buildings and stuff, but I ended up keeping all the accessories as a kid. And yeah, I had all the cots and the different tables and stuff. But that box is massive. That box is like a Castle Grayskull.
Well, yeah.
size
I mean,
box.
if you look at this fucking shit, how it lays.
Actually, the
out,
box looked a
wow.
little bit smaller than Grayskull, but I remember the box being pretty big.
I had
Yeah,
the
the
A-Team one where you
animals.
had the rollout mat and you had all the little bunkers and
It's probably
Remember when
pretty
play
similar.
sets came with the playmat? Oh my god, so awesome.
Dude, I want this helicopter, right? That's the most visceral scene. The fucking with it landing,
Yeah,
and
the
it's
bodies on the
looking
side of
up,
it,
and it's
yeah.
like.
And you want to
Oh
laugh.
my
These MASH
God.
figures are very inexpensive. At least they used to be.
they probably
Except
still
for
are.
that Klinger. Was that
Yeah.
in
The
our
Klinger in the
group, or did
dress.
somebody else post that?
Yeah, the Klinger and the dress. Other
Yeah,
than that, all the
right
other
here.
figures are very inexpensive.
Yeah.
That was the only figure I didn't have.
Oh,
was the guy
the
in the dress.
Winchester. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Dude, I still have PTSD. If I heard the MASH theme, it's still to this day at 42 years old. If I hear the MASH theme, I'm like, oh my god, I'm up way too late. I gotta go to bed. 'Cause it was always come on after the news.
Did that come on before or after the honeymooners? That's how you knew how late you were up.
No, it was right after the news for us. It was probably
Oh,
10 or
okay.
10:30 Central Time for us. But you'd hear dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, it is mind blowing how the East. I've been Mountain Time my entire life, and it's insane to me your East Coast time and shit like that. Like that Saturday Night Live doesn't start until fucking midnight your time or
11:30,
whatever.
11:30.
11:30. Yeah, I mean like that. It's always crazy to be like your news was on at 10:30 at night.
Well, it was the
that
late
kind of
news.
shit.
But also, in retrospect, like it must be weird that Sunday football games start at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Like for us, it's 1
for
o'clock,
us,
4 o'clock.
we're 11 and 2 in the Mountain
Okay.
Zone. But yeah, for the Pacific, they're 10 and 1.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
mean,
Like 10
that's-
a.m. seems very early for a kickoff for a football game.
I agree. All right, Ghost Rider. This
Did not
looks
reach
like
its early
the
bird.
most amazing thing ever. When I first saw this, I was like, oh my God. Then I saw the price and I'm like, okay, for a lot of people, this is going to be the most amazing thing ever. And then I guess this is just a big dud. Again, I feel bad doing a toy podcast when I'm really not in toy communities anymore. But I guess this has been a huge disappointment, right?
I just want to see Brink's chart.
Yeah.
I really
All
think
right.
it looks cool. I do think the price is absurd, especially since I bought a nearly identical vehicle to that earlier this year for
Yeah, for the
$30.
Batmobile.
For the Batmobile, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, like granted, it's 118, but
yeah,
$30.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I
If you're
hate
like,
that
oh,
Ghost
3
Rider.
times that,
I hate that Ghost Rider.
and I don't like this Ghost Rider. Like, didn't they just do one on the bike, right? Didn't they do like
Yeah,
a-
Marvel
yeah,
Legends
a
is actually
deluxe-
they
doing
did the
one.
Blaze.
Get the Blaze.
Yeah.
They did two though.
Yeah.
They did Cosmic Ghost Rider too, and that weird like motorcycle with like.
and
the
I
spears.
have the Cosmic Blaze
Yeah.
because that was fucking, in my mind, mind blowing, old school like 50s fucking
Agreed.
retro pop gun kind of shit.
I never saw it in the wild.
But-
Otherwise, I'd own it too.
Yeah, But for then, and like I say, I have no idea about the comics. So obviously, what I like is the Johnny Blaze. I like the skull on fire, and this is some kind of weird like techno mask guy. But
So
it's
Blaze
more,
is your guy.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I was
Blaze
more
is
Danny
something?
Ketchum only because Danny Ketchum, like they reinvented Ghost Rider when I was like 10 or 11.
Okay.
So Danny Ketchum was the spiky, the new Ghost Rider.
Yeah, the
Oh,
90s
okay.
one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and see, and that's what I don't get at all. And like you say, so yeah, I see now there's no fucking branding on this.
Well, they couldn't. There's no way they would get away with it.
Well,
Well,
I
they
mean,
should have
they
licensed
bought,
it for
yeah, they
fucking
licensed the
300.
plane for Sky Striker.
Yeah. And maybe they wouldn't have done it because it's for Hellfire or what, you know, it's fucking, I mean, this looks absolutely amazing. I think if I was a Ghost Rider fan, it would have been a no-brainer. Like, of course you back this. But is just somebody casual going to buy toys and stuff? It's a little rough.
If
So
this was
anybody on
$100
here,
cheap-
any
okay.
tempted? Oh,
No.
sorry, Clint.
I was gonna say,
So,
if it was $100 cheaper, I'd be tempted just to get a 1/12 scale car.
yeah,
but-
that's what I'm saying. And I agree with that's a good point. At $250, I would be extremely tempted to buy this and then sell off. Hopefully, what are the carded figures, right?
Yeah,
For 30 to $60 a piece or whatever, and then just keep a fucking hell car, you know.
not even
have
the
your-
hell car. The regular car looks awesome as fuck.
Well, in the regular,
Yeah,
yes, I agree.
Hey, you can have
the
your Flint
regular-
take Lady J out on a date in that
Yeah.
car. Roll, you can throw their weapons in the trunk.
Rock,
Yeah.
you think of a lot of sexual things with toys. my toys are always like sex organless. They're just toys.
They're going out on a date. They're gonna go cruising. They're gonna go to Miracle Mile.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what Cliff is saying. That's what you're equating this car to,
Yeah.
is to some makeout session.
Well, the thing is, too, the rear end on that car is a Camaro. The front end of it is the concept for the Charger.
The Dodge, yeah. Yeah, so like I say, I didn't recognize this. I definitely didn't recognize this. And this didn't even make it. So that had to be the early bird.
Which makes me think if there were enough Ghost Rider fans
Yeah.
to get this, it would have already
The
happened. just
early
to get
bird.
this.
Oh, I saw people pleading on Facebook like, God, if you even have an inkling in your mind that you want to back it, go back it and then back out after the early bird. Let's get this figure. So, and then here's the Mephisto. And this isn't even a dollar backer. This is a number of backers, which is
You
a
have to fund it
shitty-
133% before they even release that.
Well, and that's a number of backers. So you could have 6,000 backers that are buying 5 of them, and you wouldn't unlock that devil dude. You
Fair
see
enough.
what
I
I'm
see what-
saying?
yeah, now I
Like
do,
they're
Oh.
wanting individual backers.
That is more than the Hiss tank.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, this is, and I think I saw in the realm, again, it's very rare that I just kind of mindlessly scroll through Facebook, but I think somebody I saw in the realm was just like, here we go, 37 days to watch this thing just languish and die.
Yeah.
You know, because it's never going to hit 9,000.
No.
You don't think
Now-
so? It's 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah, but if you don't hit the,
Okay,
the
so-
early bird, like, and it's a Ghost
Yeah,
Rider figure, like, it's weird.
Well, the thing is, like us, we're older comic book fans. Like, I don't know this Ghost Rider. I know the other Ghost Riders.
Yeah,
I don't
see,
know
that's
this
me too. I don't know this mech.
I mean, listen, I
Ghost
think that
Rider.
car with those flame effects looks absolutely incredible. But I just don't. That Ghost Rider does nothing for me because I don't know that era of Ghost Rider. I know the late 70s, early 80s one, not that.
Was he
Oh.
on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I've
Yeah.
never seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, he
so
was.
He was, okay.
All right,
And he's supposed to be
so-
the most powerful Ghost Rider. Like, he.
Okay, so here we go. So thank you, Brinkalizer, for providing these, and I've got a couple comments that I'll get to, but let's take a look at this. So Ghost Rider right here. This is the blue. Is that no? That is Sentinel.
No, he's the orange or yellow.
Ghost Rider is he's orange. Okay. Oh yeah, way down here.
Way
the
down
short
there, yeah.
ones.
They're
Okay.
shitting the bed.
Oh, here's the early bird that it needed to hit, that it didn't even come close. And you can see the cancels. On that day when it didn't hit the early bird, people already started canceling here. Here's the trajectory if it just sold, so many a day for so many days.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're not bad here. We're at the 34-day mark of if it was spaced out over a normal curve. But of course, that's not how these fucking things happen. You see how they fucking spike. You can see the most recent one, the Hiss Tank, and quite frankly, the cheapest, right? I would safely say G.I. Joe collectors are the cheapest of all.
Oh yeah, we're
the
fucking brutal,
four
man. We're
franchises,
fucking
right?
brutal.
Yeah, and I mean, and this one fucking spiked here right out the gate. So yeah, I mean, there's no way this fucking thing is making it.
No, not a
I
fucking
mean,
chance.
I-
We're just gonna watch that Barry with the Rancor.
Yeah, exactly. And does he still have the Rancor on this? Probably not, because it was such a fucking disaster.
Yeah, he's got Reva though.
So let's see. AAA, yeah, if it was Johnny Blaze, it would hook many of us. Yeah, I agree. The fucking flaming skeleton, not a metal face mask. Just to disprove the individual backer thing, the number is units pre-ordered. Oh, okay. So it's not backers, it's number of units. Okay, so that's good. But, or maybe that's not good, because it's not any higher than that.
Well, also compared to the
okay.
Hiss Tank as a army building situation, there's nobody that's going to buy more than one of these, really.
I guess that's true too.
Like, how many people? Unless
Like,
unless you really want to display the car,
you buy
flamed out.
two. Yeah. You buy
But it's not
regular and
like-
you buy flame.
Yeah, it's not like a Hiss Tank where people are going to be like, "Hey, I'm going to customize this. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to make an Arctic Hiss, or I'm going to do this." There's no army building in this one.
That's true.
That
I
I think
agree.
hurts. But hey, one quick thing I just want to add. So the Mattel Creations did a wrestling ring that came with an entrance stage and 3 Ultimate figures. And the Ultimate had a pre-order thing where if you pre-ordered in the first week and it hit like 8,000, you got an exclusive Macho Man figure. And then other people pre-ordered afterwards and they didn't get that figure. In the beginning, when that first started shipping, people were selling them for double. Within a week, there was so many people trying to flip them. They're literally at only $100 over the initial cost. So now they sold for $300 originally. Now you can get them for $400. That because so many people bought them just to flip them.
Yeah, and
it just shows you the market now is flooded with people trying to sell them.
Peter and I had that discussion about the Hiss Tank, because Peter bought 2, I bought 3, because I want one fully geared out modern, and then I want a vintage one, and then I maxed out my 5 to who knows what'll happen with that third one. Most likely try to flip it, but we were having that same discussion. Like, is it going to hold its value? Like, is it even going to be worth it to ship it to somebody? Because you're going to have to charge somebody $40 to ship it to them.
Well, with the wrestling ring, the only way I've seen people making money is because it came with 3 figures. There's 2 that are packed inside the actual ring itself, and then the Macho Man is shipped separately. So people have been selling the one Doink figure for like $120 and the Kevin Nash figure for $100, and then trying to sell the ring for like with the entrance stage for like $250. So if you piece it out, you can get more of your money back. But
if you don't give a
otherwise-
shit about Doink or the
Yeah,
fucking other
because some
dude.
people
Yeah.
just wanted the doink but didn't want the ring because wrestling collectors have lots of rings.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing where like the wrestling ring, at least it came with a bunch of figures. This I don't know. Like it's a tough one.
I wonder if we're going to see a weird like market cap on these HasLabs because like when you think about it, like the Jabba sail barge, maybe the Razor Crest, those maybe some of the early Transformers ones. Maybe there was a high degree in flipping, but now that people have seen the success in flipping those, they're starting to order extras.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
thus kind of destroying the secondary market on them because now you're buying your like kind of like the comics crash of the late 2000s to a smaller degree,
Yeah.
maybe.
Everybody bought every comic that came out in the 90s, like, or 2 or 3 of them. No, I agree. I now that I hear about the WWE one, Rock, I bet you anything the Hiss is going to follow that. You know, my whole thing when Peter and I were talking about it, my whole thing is you will never have a problem selling it for what you paid for it on Facebook Marketplace or your local Facebook group. No one is ever going to turn down a retail of any of these HasLabs or anything. But yeah, as far as making money, that might be done. I mean, we might just have...
The Sky Striker's going to be the
two
interesting one because that one's going to be coming next year, or first quarter of next year. But that one too, I know I'm going to have to sell them figures individually, I think, to make any money on that.
And I'll be curious how much interest will be in because they're going to be in those weird like international style packaging where the figure is like centered on the card and stuff like that. It's not going to be a traditional vintage. Maybe they will. Hopefully they do, just for my own edification to hold on to some. But yeah, so this is kind of crazy. Well, again, this will probably languish, and like you said, Cliff, he included the Reva. So she was the purple. Oh, yeah, the Reva just did fucking nothing.
That is like
That
the
is so
definition
sad.
of a flat line.
Yeah.
It didn't spin. What do you want
Jesus
from us?
Christ. And then what is the black here? The sail barge. Or the brown, I should say. So yeah, even the sail barge. But again, that was the first HasLab, right? Like people were kind of like, HasLab. But it even fucking hit its mark.
And that's
far? It only needed 8,000. Wow, it took like the day before to hit it. That's crazy.
And didn't they extend the sail barge? Was that one of the ones they
I
extended?
think they did extend it. I think they did.
They did so many things. They added the extra yak face figure on the Power of the Force card. They did so many carrots to
try to fucking.
And now, like, I mean, I'm kicking myself that I didn't buy one now, knowing it goes for $2 to $3 grand.
Yeah, I know. Like, and the thing that annoys me the most is I went on to try to buy it at 10:50 my time when it ended at 9:50 my time, and I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" But anyways,
that is like even you going that close to the wire, like in your original plan, that actually gives you the sweats. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it 2 hours early, dude.
I set a fucking alarm. I fell asleep. I woke up like, oh yeah, the fucking sail barge.
But the most interesting thing to me when you look at Brink's chart is if you look at the sail barge was 8,800. Look at all the other things that backed since then. The lowest number was the Sky Striker, which was double that.
Yeah,
and then you look at the Hiss. I mean, it's almost more than 3 times that.
So
and the
how
Sentinel,
much
the Galactus
more?
is 4 times a sail barge. You look at everything on there, the amount of things when they do pass. It's amazing how many different multiples of that original number.
And I just can't believe Galactus is that popular. I'm sorry.
Dude, Galactus, everyone loves Galactus.
I'm like, really?
I've never been a huge Fantastic Four guy.
He's more of a... I was going to say, is he more than just Fantastic Four? Like,
he's
why
Silver
would you
Surfer.
like...
Yeah, he is. He is
Silver
the owner of Silver Surfer, or the
okay.
whatever you call him. But yeah, I mean,
Any of the cosmic guys had Galactus in the background.
Did Galactus even get delivered yet, or is that still out there being produced?
No, that's still being produced. He says sail barge wasn't extended, but there was a big community movement. Yeah,
I remember all the
back the
podcasts.
barge. Yeah,
There was a lot of podcasts about that.
And then Unicron was
cool.
the one that was extended. So, all right. Well, I'm so sorry for anybody that wants that because it is not going to happen. And these do not look, and maybe they are, but they do not look like 3D pictures. These look like proof of concept, like they 3D
They've
printed
made
and
this.
painted it.
This
Yeah,
thing has been fucking
exactly.
made.
They put a lot of effort in this, and it's not going to happen. But I guess it was the same with the fucking Rancor too.
Yeah, that thing was definitely made when they were putting the pictures up for it.
All right, Cliff.
Ordered.
Excited?
Psyched.
Okay.
It's the
good.
first movie accurate, quote unquote, figure. They're always very stylized.
Yeah,
so to get one that
I
actually
agree.
looks like he is, and granted, I would have
Looks
rather had NECA do it, but this is pretty sweet.
Yeah. And NECA will do it, I'm sure, too. But
Yeah, it's in the public
Let's
domain.
see.
I mean, nothing's stopping them.
yeah. That's a dope bolt. See, and this is where they suck me in, and you're gonna see I'm gonna show off some Super 7 stuff. I have a
packaging.
hard time
Yeah.
opening Super 7 stuff just because it's so amazing.
I don't
It's
because
like-
of the goddamn square footage it takes up.
This is true. It is a lot of negative space in there.
Well, Cliff, since you like Nosferatu so much, you should probably be a fan of the wrestler Danhausen.
That's what I hear. I'm
He
not a
basically
wrestling
rips him
guy.
off.
Yeah, but I hear, yeah, just like everyone's like, Cliff, you're into the Crow. Do you watch wrestling? This guy Sting looks just like the Crow. It's like, yeah, I've heard. Then the Misfits had their own wrestler, Vampiro, back in like
Yes,
the late '90s. Like,
And even
Oh, look
Kiss
at
had their
that.
own wrestler too, the Demon.
oh, that's cool. See, I don't even because God, look at it. It's beautiful.
Dude,
look at the
it's
fucking
beanie.
hands.
Yeah. Well, and that's always been. I'll tell you the truth. This is why I'm not the hugest Nosferatu fan, is because he's made to be like a regular guy, and you look at him and he's like, "That's a freak." I don't give a shit whether it's the 1920s or not. Like, I would not go near that dude. And people are just acting like, oh, he's the host of our dinner.
Yeah.
He's having us
Nothing
over
wrong
for a
with
He doesn't really. He
meal."
doesn't really.
Man, those-
Everyone who encounters is weirded out by him in the movie.
I know, but not
Man,
enough
can
to
you imagine-
not to leave his house during a dinner party. You know,
There's no dinner party. It's just him and Jonathan Harker.
Well, okay.
Man, with
Like,
those
and then he
nails,
licks
that must
Jonathan
be-
Harker's finger because he cuts himself on the bread, and that's when Jonathan Harker freaks out.
All I can picture with those fingers is, man, if he has a itchy asshole, man, it's game
Yeah,
over,
dude.
man. He's gonna go to scratch that roid, and he's gonna be
He's
bleeding.
a vampire, dude. He wouldn't even notice. Wouldn't even feel it. That's what the rat's for.
And then one for me that I'll
Oh.
never buy, but oh my,
But Slick,
who
you have a disease,
likes
and he is the
Cobra
cure.
here?
Yeah, yeah.
Who
that's
likes
true.
Dude,
I like it, but
Cobra
I want to
is
see the
one
other
of
cut
the
of that
most
movie.
underrated movies, in my opinion, ever, dude.
You're the disease,
Oh
and
my
he's the
God.
cure, man.
Yeah, bro.
And that
All
movie
right,
has one of
Lotus,
the worst
are-
flubs ever. Is when he rips that guy's T-shirt, the cholo, and the guy's microphone is just hanging on his T-shirt.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Do you guys know how this
Never
movie
noticed
came
that.
to be?
Okay, hold on. Let me, Lotus, are you still with us? Okay, you are. So this one was about a cult gang. Did you ever see this as a kid?
No, not as a kid. I definitely have seen it. I just not as a kid.
Okay. And I only asked because I went to one of my friend's house they were one of the most religious families I'd ever met.
Been watching
But they were-
Cobra?
And they also had the biggest TV I'd ever seen. They had one of those projection ones with
Oh,
the
yeah.
big, huge red, green, and blue lights
Yeah.
that did it. And that's how I watched this.
1,000 pound
And-
fucking TV.
Yeah. and I watched it over there, and it was all like demonic cult stuff with crazy blades. This is the first time I ever saw the fucking knife with the fucking spiked knuckles and shit like that.
Right.
And I was watching at their house, and I just kept like looking around for his parents, like, your parents are going to get really mad at us, and they never came down or anything like that. So that's why it made me think
I
of you,
remember this
Lotus.
movie being on HBO. It seemed like every Saturday
Yeah.
morning or something.
Yeah.
And that's where they were the only people I knew that had, or HBO or whatever cable that had this kind of stuff in it. And
This figure's incredible. I mean,
Dude,
It's a doll, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a doll. It's
Yeah.
not a figure. He has clothes. But look at the veins on his. Oh my god, dude! I want this so bad.
But it's a good bad movie. But I remember Cliff told a story that there was like an extended cut of that movie. It's supposed to be like almost 3 hours long. That they ended up like recutting the movie. It's completely different. It was supposed to be a way different movie than what we saw.
I don't think that was me who told that story.
Oh, okay.
I don't-
Well,
I'm
there's
just
a
going to
whole...
tell, like, this movie only exists because Sylvester Stallone got fired from Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, interesting. Was he supposed to be the fucking?
So the original character in Beverly Hills Cop was named Axel Cobretti. And
Really?
Sylvester Stallone worked with them on the script, and they're like, yeah, we like what you're doing, but we really kind of want to go a little funnier here. So he left production and made this, so that's why he's Marion Cobretti. And they hired Eddie Murphy to do Beverly Hills Cop, which, God bless him, 2 perfect
Mind
movies.
blown.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Axel
gonna
Foley,
say.
awesome.
Yeah.
They're making a new one right now.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
making,
they
like,
are.
Yeah,
With even, what's his face, Taggart is coming back.
Really?
And Taggart didn't even come back for 3.
wow.
So yeah, the only thing I see missing in this, and I know it wasn't one of his accessories, but I think you really needed to have the fucking knife with the spiked knuckles on it. But I mean, even the jeans, these are probably one of the best looking pair of jeans I've seen on a doll
Very
in a
acid
long
wash.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, again, being who is doing that? This isn't Trick or Treat, right? This is
He's
somebody
selling them
else.
directly. I think his own store, like Sylvester Stallone, like merchandise store.
Yeah, but it's done by a company, because I thought I looked into this. I thought it was done by a company we had heard of before, though.
Like $290
not.
bucks. Woo!
Yeah, 200.
Shit.
First ever officially licensed.
You really
Maybe
gotta
not.
like
Yeah,
Cobra.
maybe you're right. Maybe he's just getting sculptors and people to produce it. I thought I saw like a toy company I had heard of. But
Well, he just
maybe
sold
not.
his mansion in like Beverly Hills. He's getting divorced. I mean, I guess he's desperate on cash right now. He only made I think his mansion was up for sale for like 66 million, and he sold it to Adele for like 44 million.
Oh,
Ooh,
It's
that's
a 30,000 square foot house. It's amazing. Because I'm
Yeah,
into all that
no.
like celebrity real estate stuff, and oh my god, it's crazy. His house, well, it was.
Rocky statue used with permission from Schomburg Studios. Just to have that like little logo right there on this thing.
I mean,
Okay,
even the
that's
detail of the
crazy.
base on that thing is just,
yeah, dude. Like,
Dude, I love that Cobra with it wrapped around and shit. Hell yeah. Sorry, hold on one second here.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't look it up now, but there was a story that they did make that movie, and I heard there was all kinds of weird things that happened with that movie. They had to like recut it and change it around, and really edit it
Interesting.
down. Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself and look it up just to make sure I'm not.
Yeah, I was
Confusing it.
gonna say I'm gonna put what do I want to call this? Cobra
IMDb.
movie backstory.
No,
Just-
just
Just as a
Cobra
reminder
movie.
for me.
Oh, I got you, Firm.
Yeah, just for me. Let me close these tabs to the right. All right. Let's get into some store reports. The Black Series Droids Boba is showing up. And I think somebody said they were going to help me with this in the group because this was the one Droids thing I couldn't pre-order. So if you're going to help me, and if you remember if you're going to help me, let me know. I would super appreciate it. I can go through all of my text or all my emails and stuff, but yeah, because this is kind of the epitome of my fucking Droids excitement, is this Black Series Boba Fett.
Okay, I found the thing that I was talking about Cobra. It said a
Okay.
very rare work print of the movie has circulated among fans. Although most copies are poor quality, it has 30 to 40 minutes of additional footage not in the other version. It also has all the X-rated material removed from the final release.
Ooh, nice.
So I did know that there was an alternate cut of this movie that was completely different. So now that makes sense now.
It was rated X for gore, kind of like the original RoboCop
damn
cut.
it.
I would love to see the original RoboCop cut. That must be fucking nasty.
You've never seen it, dude? It's on.
No.
It's on. Dude, it's the Criterion Collection. I got it on DVD. It's, dude. When Ed 209 takes out that guy in the boardroom, I am talking. There are puddles exploding from that
Oh,
guy.
what?
Dude, it's
I wish-
easily you can find it. It's just it's the unrated director's cuts all over the place. You can
If
find
they
it.
kept RoboCop shooting that guy in the dick in it, it must have been really bad to cut it out of the movie.
Well, it's like cartoonishly, dude. I mean, it's like blood is
Okay.
like just splashing off this guy. Like, and
Oh,
Murphy's
now I
death
need
is
to watch
far
that.
more fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. The just like gore level of him getting fucked up in that.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, but yeah, it's.
I should check
All
that
right.
DVD and see if they have a director's cut on there.
Let's see. Next up, GameStop Joe Collector Box.
Man.
It's Funko,
It's
but
Poppy.
but at least it's fucking Pimp Daddy Destro. I mean, that's a pretty good one. I think I'll wait for this to go on inevitable clearance, but
It's so funny to me how something they were so ashamed of, they've
Yeah.
leaned into so hard.
yeah, exactly, dude. Well, and Brinkalizer's right. He talked about in the last show, like he doesn't do gaming greats at all because, and I think it was Brink. Sorry, I shouldn't just make that assumption, but doesn't do gaming greats at all because they'll go on clearance. Yeah, my GameStop, I went in to pre-order the new gaming grades, and all the other ones were on clearance. So, not too smart of me, but I just know it's going to be that short case syndrome that eventually there's not going to be one, and I'm going to pay 5 times, and I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, it's like guarantee it for full price or take your chance on clearance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
never. It depends on if you want it or not. You want it bad enough,
So Entertainment Earth has Hasbro exclusives. Just goes to show you how well these 3 3/4 O-ring figures are selling for them. You can now order them through EE distribution. Not a huge discount, so I'm not kicking myself like, oh my god, I paid so much more. They were $42 originally. You can get a lot better deal if you're going to buy 18 or more of them. But they also did this with it was one of the gaming greats, right? I can't think of it, but they also have some other what were previously store exclusives that are now offered through Entertainment Earth because they sold so poorly.
If you're an army builder, that'd be a great place to go buy those. You know what I mean?
Hell
For
yeah.
some background behind the original vintage figures.
Shit, yeah.
Good shelf filler.
This kind of disappointed me. So the only character I ordered from Origins was this mini comic Trap Jaw, which we see here. But Hasbro fulfilled all of Big Bad Toy Store's wave of all of these with their multi-language packaging.
Did you get
And
the
I
email?
love it. Yeah, I got the email after it already had been added to my pile of loot.
Oh, I
Like
got it
no
early.
option to like cancel it or anything. When I got that email, I went and checked it, and it was already in my pile of loot. Now, I can always cancel it, and you just get a credit on your Big Bad Toy Store account, which it's kind of like Target or Walmart. When am I never not going to use a Big
Yeah,
Bad
exactly,
Toy Store
yeah.
credit? But so I've kept them, but I'm hoping to find them because this was one I wasn't going to open. I was just going to keep him in there for the mini comic version. But does anyone even know what the multi-language? I think I searched for it and I couldn't find one, but maybe I didn't. So
Wasn't that one in the picture? I
multi-language.
thought the little yellow bubble had a couple different languages in it.
I think
Did it not?
mine are all multi.
Isn't that-
Oh, is that? Oh, maybe it was. I just assumed there would be more. Includes.
That's probably
Oh, maybe that's
Spanish
all it
and
is.
English?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's Spanish down here. I don't know. Maybe that's French. Isn't it usually Spanish and French?
Yeah.
I mean, Roger's in Canada. He probably gets all the trilingual
Yeah, all
stuff.
mine are all multi-language, but I'd have to
Are
actually
they?
check. I'd have to actually look to see.
So there's an Origins, just modern power, retro play. Yeah, see, these look like they're tri-language. Okay, if it's only that bubble, I'm not going to stress out too much about it. I'm not worried about that. But, Roger, you got any in there? Are they all...
Mine are all from Big Bad, so mine are all just a single language.
Oh,
I'd have to
okay.
dig deeper to find actual ones I found in
Find
the
no
wild.
one. If that's all it is, I'm not going to worry too much.
Yeah, that's all it
about
is. You're just getting that PAL thing with like 3 different languages on it.
No, okay. Andor exclusive. So we'll be talking about more about Andor at the end of the show during Grab Bag. But these are now available if you had to have them, which we haven't even seen this dude yet. And we
Yeah.
also haven't seen a Shore Trooper yet either. But they're obviously in the series because they're exclusives.
Or they're just like, fuck it, these guys were in Rogue One. Just
Yeah,
slap them in
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Close enough. He was in Rogue One. These guys are in Rogue One. You
He
want
knows
to buy
Andor.
this? This is crazy. And Brinkalizer, I don't know if you've ever done any of the Millennium Falcon or the Ghostbusters is one that they did. And I don't even know if it's the same company. I assume it is. It's still loading because...
Well, here's a multi-language superpowers. I don't know if you guys have that in the States or not, but if you look there, there's 3 different languages there.
Oh, interesting. Cliff,
Yeah.
do you have your carded ones? Oh, I have a carded. I've got my... Oh, no, mine's multi-language too. My Green Lantern.
So I
Oh,
think
shit,
that's all
no.
you're seeing, yeah.
Cliff, do you have your carded ones?
Yeah, I have the cards I cut the bubbles off of. Or at least I thought I did. All right, I'll get a
Brinkalizer
carded one
says,
from it.
friends don't let friends buy gaming grades. And I should say, I do not buy gaming grades at full price because I buy those fun gift cards that are usually 15 to 20% off. And that's all I buy my GameStop with is those gift cards that are like GameStop, Buffalo Wild Wings, Dave and Buster's, and Olive Garden or something. You know, those kind of gift cards. So mine are still not technically full price, but you're right. I should be waiting till they clear it. Oh, here, I didn't even see this from AAA. Cobra is always in Cracked or Mad Magazine. Oh, watch it, AAA. Seek it out tonight. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's on
dude,
a
watch
streaming
it.
service.
You will be
but
impressed.
It's awesome.
It is. It's one of those amazing movies that not a lot of people have seen.
He's just a stone cold badass in that movie.
So I
They choose on
read.
a match. So bad.
Yeah.
Like,
All
That's
the
why
So
I
I read
rented
what
it.
got cut out of the movie. It's
it's
pretty
trilingual.
wild.
Yeah, you had the trilingual.
Oh, so even the Walmart are trilingual.
So what they cut out of the movie, this is what they did. Some of the cuts made to avoid an X rating includes the first murder victim having her hands cut off, an extended autopsy scene, including lingering shots of naked and mutilated bodies, a longer death for Ingrid's photographer Dan, including a shot of him slipping on his own blood while trying to escape, and then more deaths of the town people during the climax, spoilers, including a person getting hit in the face with an axe.
No, dude, that would have been epic.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm on a dark market journey to see if I can find this.
The dark web for a good copy of Cobra.
Paul Schreiber says, "I think it was me. I have 2 of them on order. I am bad at monitoring the comments to correlate to what we're talking about. Do you have 2 of the Cobra figures on order, or maybe 2 of? I think he's thinking the Ghost Rider, right?
I think he was talking
Let
about
us know.
droids.
Oh, that he was the one helping me out. Oh, okay. Thank you, Paul Schreiber. Thank you if that's what you're referring to. If you've got one on pre-order for me, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so here we go. 72 centimeter, which if you're hard at doing math, that's 31 inches. And
78 centimeter.
Oh, did I say 72?
Yeah, 78.
I don't know why I said 72. 78 centimeter is 31 inches in American speak. Die cast G1 ish. This is not G1.
That
this
is not G1
This is definitely IDW in my opinion.
or Baylor.
Looks very Gundam.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where they're going to go wrong with this. If you just made a G1, short stacks, normal
Boxy
ears.
looking.
Yeah, exactly. Not huge feet. So this is one of those crazy model kit things. Whoa, there's a whole bunch of pluses. Chest vents, detail visible. Hands, fingers articulated so he can grip a gun. Blaster supplied in parts. Anyways, so 31 inch, 15 inches wide, 9 inches deep. Like, what the fuck is making this? This is 9 inches. My hand is 9 inches. What is making him 9 inches deep? That seems really weird to me.
Maybe it's the box?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're doing the packaging and not the actual.
Well, it
figure.
says all above dimensions exclude display base.
Okay, yeah. Then.
Because he also comes with the display base.
Maybe it's his back. They
yeah,
have some
there's
weird...
the display base. Yeah, I don't know. This is just really weird, and it's a crazy buy-in. I love the thought of, because I used to follow Matt Guzzi all the time. No, it wasn't Matt Guzzi. It was T2RX6 when he was doing the Ghostbusters model kit, where you spent like $60 a month at different model kit parts.
You can see the back is fucking massive jetting out of the back of them.
And I wouldn't consider that massive, though.
9 inches from front to back?
Well, no, I agree. Like, that's what I'm not getting is the depth, because he doesn't look to be sticking out that much in the back.
It's probably extra parts to put him into the rig for him.
And now the American dollar is very strong. I remember when the euro was about 40% fucking more than us. So you can get the display edition. So that you pay 400 euros up front. You get the first 3 display packs. plus the stand, and then you pay what 120 each month after that. Again, this is euros, so that's always going to fluctuate. You can do the 12-month where you get only the first pack for $60 and then $120 a month after that, or you can do the 24 a month and get the first pack for $60 and then $65 per month after that.
Yeah, and then you got to hope this company doesn't go out of business like that other place that was stuck everybody on the Ecto ones and the Millennium Falcons and the Enterprises.
Oh, did that one go out of?
Oh yeah,
Eagle
Eagle
Moss.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not hear about that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
my
dude.
God.
Those people are fucked. All those people that were a couple parts away from finishing their stuff. The company's not giving any more parts out. They're in what do they call it? We call it bankruptcy. In Europe, it's called like there's a different word for it, solvency or something else. But it's
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
a company taking over it, and they're like not
no.
fulfilling any orders.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's right. There's
That's what I was just saying.
Enterprises, there's Ecto ones, there's multiple kits.
Millennium
that
Yeah,
are
I was going to
Falcon.
say the Millennium Falcon was the original one that I heard of through Star Wars, and then T2RX6 was doing the Ghostbusters one forever.
Yeah, Eagle
Oh,
Moss
my
is done.
God.
It's a toy Ponzi scheme. That's all it was.
Oh my God.
It's not
But
unlike
Eagle Moss
Playmates
is-
Build-A-Bridge for the Playmates Star Trek line, the movie,
Well,
the
this
2009
is true.
movie.
This is true, but dude,
But can you imagine you
that's
getting that magazine and that part like every
my-
month, and then you're pretty close to finishing it, and
And
it's
then,
oh my God, that's got to be the most infuriating thing ever.
Oh
He's not even going to sell it. You can't sell an incomplete. Who's going to want an incomplete?
Yeah,
Ecto-1 or
exactly.
incomplete Millennium
Who's
Falcon
the-
that you'll never be able to get the parts for.
Well, then you need to be a third party dude and be like, I'm going to
Hopefully
make
some
diecast
enterprising-
parts for your shit, you know?
Yeah,
And it's going to be $100 a part. And you're
Yeah.
like,
because you want it
sold.
that bad.
I'll do it. Yeah. Let's see.
That's why I'm always skeptical. That's a reputable company, Eagle Moss. That's why I'm always skeptical about doing Kickstarters, because you lay out money and you got to wait a year plus, and then you hope you get it. And if you don't get anything, you're out of luck, because credit card companies, after 6 months, you're done. You have no protection.
Yeah.
PayPal.
That's
So-
exactly right.
I don't know.
Oh, rough.
I'm from Missouri. I'm from the Show Me State, or is it Kansas? Which one?
Brinkalizer says he's G1-ish. He's a red truck as opposed to Bayverse or Armada. And
And they're
then,
using
yeah.
straight up G1 artwork right there in the
Yeah, they're
I
using
know,
a
that's
straight
what
up,
I'm
like,
saying, but
G1 picture.
that is IDW.
Yeah, that is
And-
not G1.
And I mean, it is nice that those IDW like spikes on his helmet probably can be left off. Maybe, I don't know. They look really light, but those tall stacks are just
Yeah, those are
ruins
fucking
it. And then I don't
ridiculous.
know what. I mean, all you're making is a posable robot here. What are these?
That
maybe
is
they-
a utility belt.
Maybe maybe those played an important part in the comics or something. I'm just like, eh. All right. So, Brinkalizer, are you doing this? I'll put that, and then we'll move on. Let's see. Black Series, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Grogu 3-pack. So these are up for pre-order. Anybody going in on this?
No.
Does everybody have enough fucking Grogus and
I have
Yeah,
one
those-
too many.
Ahsokus?
I was
One too
super
many.
psyched. I looked at it until I noticed the Mandalorian's cape was still plastic. Had they
Oh,
thrown
I
a
didn't
soft
even
goods
notice that.
cloak on, had they given him a soft
Yeah,
goods
that's a
cape,
sculpted cape. Fuck that.
Oh,
I might have
interesting.
absolutely gone in on it. But they didn't,
Let's
so they saved me $60.
I've
Hey,
got
maybe
the
a guy
most
on eBay will
modern-
make it.
Oh shit!
He does. He has them in his.
Oh, that's crazy. I had the most modern one I had was the Mud Vein or the Mud Monster one. And yeah, I didn't realize that his cloak has been plastic this whole time.
Yep.
Especially when this is the only way to get an Ahsoka soft goods. Like, oh my God.
He does come
Wow.
with the spear, though.
Yeah,
That's
I was
kinda
going to
cool.
say. but it's only like one color and doesn't have any detailing on it, right? Where is it here?
Well, that spear was only just the same color.
Yeah, it was Beskar.
Armor. It's Beskar.
Oh, I guess that's true. It didn't have, but you could put a wash on it to put some shadowing on it. Not that it needed that deco, but
At $66, you're not getting wash.
So Brinkalizer says he has to do his research on it. This is the first time hearing about it. Cliff, cut up an old T-shirt for your Mendoza goods. I don't own any tan T-shirts. I don't think I've ever bought a tan shirt in my life.
I had a tan T-shirt when I was like 12.
Or no, his cloak wouldn't be tan. It would be dark brown.
It's like,
but
it's
here it's
burlap.
showing black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like a burlap color.
Just go to a thrift store or Goodwill and just try to go through the racks and find something.
Yeah, you just match the color. Then
Yeah.
cut
I mean,
it
I bought a
up.
soft goods for the retro figure from Cape Master, the same guy I bought the capes for superpowers from, because it drove me crazy that post timeline Return of the Jedi figures were coming with vinyl fucking capes. They ditched the vinyl capes during Empire.
All right, 40th 4-pack. So this probably had the most discussion on our group in a long
Oh,
time.
yeah. That
With
was,
a whopping like 10 comments. That's why I love our group. We're not crazy. But yeah, this is a total fucking skip for me. So this is 150 plus tax plus shipping, right?
what?
Yes.
Did anybody pre-order this?
Absolutely
no.
not.
I was going to say, are anybody willing to admit they pre-ordered this?
I admit it.
Even me, I'll usually put myself out on Front Street, but fuck no. Yeah, so you're talking about probably Mattel does a flat rate shipping based on price. So this is probably $17 to $20 shipping. And then tax wherever you're from. For me, I round it up to 10% whenever I calculate tax in my area. And so I'm looking at 165. I'd be looking at close to 190 for these. So you divide that by 4. So I'm fucking looking at just under $50 a figure for Origins to get this 4-pack. Yeah.
And to
this
get really
was
to get
fucking-
two figures that are kind of unique. Yes, the one is Filmation, but he's not that different from the standard one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We already
it's
got
just
the
a fucking
2000X.
Super 7 head, essentially, right?
Pretty much. Not different enough, so yeah.
And then its chrome weapons was one of their things. Like, my He-Man shouldn't have chrome weapons. Does he have a
dull
chrome? Yeah, exactly. Does he have a chrome chest plate? No, because the weapons are chrome. Same thing with the fucking 2000X. His weapons shouldn't be chromed either. So
And the new Avengers He-Man has a chromed weapon instead of a fucking like neon green.
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It should be
So-
clear neon green. Oh my god, they botched this so fucking
You know what this
bad.
reminds me of? This kind of reminds you guys remember, and I'm sure you do, the Toy Biz X-Men Hall of Fame box that was like 10 figures like permanently connected to like this display base that came
I
out in a
do not
box and
remember
everyone
that.
were fucking crazy
All
for
right,
it.
let's
Yeah,
do
let's look
this.
this up.
Toy Biz.
Toy Biz X-Men Hall of Fame, like I want to
Uh,
say 1994.
X-
I mean,
Oh, X-Men Hall of Fame. How about this?
there you go.
Do we see what we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's-
right.
it's-
So this big ugly thing.
That's
Oh,
shopping. That's
Don't
shopping.
click on. Yes. Yeah. Don't
That's
click
it.
on the ad. Okay. Oh shit.
So these were permanently.
Oh,
it was.
so
I think it was
this
50
looks
bucks.
amazing. Yeah.
But those
I
are
would buy
permanently-
this
Yeah, those
today,
aren't
no
figures.
problem. But they're all just glued onto the base.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, if you don't open it, it looks fine. If you
Yeah.
just put it
Yeah,
on
I
the shelf,
mean,
I
I
mean, it's
guess-
not that bad.
It was the first time Professor X was available.
Oh, that's baller. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen him in that scale. Okay, so Rock makes a good point. So if you're never going to remove it, it's great, right?
Yeah.
But this thing comes in this weird box where it's a TV
With volumes of
yeah,
like a TV guide.
where the boxes are those. Where did
The packaging
I
is
thought
the best part of this.
Yeah, I mean, I like the TV thing here. That's
And each
kinda
figure has a
dope.
TV guide listing with it. So that's cool. But again, that's just trash around my toys.
Oh, I didn't even snap. That's what that was
Yeah.
a TV guide. Do they have? Oh, that's interesting. Does it have the other shows that I assume would have been on at the same time? Because that makes that a lot more compelling. But yeah, I mean, all this fucking vac metal. Ugh, bleh.
Oh, yeah, that new adventure is just, I don't see neon green. I'm like, what the fuck?
It doesn't even have his helmet.
Have we ever
Well,
gotten
because it's
this
the cartoon, not the
sheath?
toy.
Have we ever gotten this sheath in the Origins line so far?
No.
Okay. So maybe that's another accessory that might be unique. But
I
yeah,
fucking
he even
hate
has
that
his
show.
tattoos that were later on in the stuff, not even the beginning. So this must be each individual box. Comes like that. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, that's a big miss. That's the first Masters thing on Creations that didn't sell out. What? No. After Snake Mountain. The Mega Snake Mountain didn't sell out either. Let's see here. Pulse expands. So if anybody's listening to us in France, Spain, Italy, or Austria, you will now have, or not, maybe not now, but soon you will have Pulse in your area. Again, probably super overpriced and just means that maybe you can sign up for premium and get free shipping in your area, maybe. I don't
But
know.
do you know what else went along with that too? That Pulse is going across Europe. They're not selling to independent toy stores anymore.
Oh, God.
like
Are
Dave,
you serious?
Yeah, like Dave Tree, who owns In Demand Toys in was it Nottingham or something like that, England, or Forest Bridge. They're cutting their contracts. They're not going to be able to get Hasbro figures anymore.
Oh, see, that's a fucking
you're cutting out
shitty ass thing. You're like, oh yeah, we're gonna open your area and cut off all your local dealers from getting.
So you have to get it from them now.
Oh God,
pretty
Jesus
shitty, huh?
Christ.
Because
The
I told you, I used
fuck,
to
man.
sell a lot of whenever I bought something, I bought two of, like the O-ring figures. I always sold them. They almost always went international because those people couldn't get it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I was one of the few people because not everybody likes to ship globally at eBay. I have no problem sending it to Kentucky and letting them deal with it. So I was always able to
the
get
global shipping thing.
because you
Fuck
also have to pay
yeah.
extra fees when you sell it. Not only do you pay the 13% eBay, you also got to pay like another 3% when you sell internationally for the conversion or whatever.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, you pay
that.
extra in fees, but I had no problem because I always got like my full buy it now price, which was normally like double what I paid. But yeah, they're cutting out all them little toy stores.
Such fucking
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was our fucking toy news. We still got some grab bag, but most importantly, we got what you got. Who wants to sign up for the hot seat first?
I'll go.
All right. Since you're
Real
top of the
hodgepodge
cast.
this week. Every week I say I'm not going to buy anything, and then a bunch of shit shows up at my door. Like, so
Mrs. McFavor said the same thing. I'm like, I'm done buying stuff. And she's like, yeah, you get a box every other fucking day. You know, I'm like, I pre-ordered that 9 months ago. I didn't buy that today.
this is the only thing I actively bought because it was on sale for like $12 on Amazon.
Wind Raider. Yeah.
That's
It's fucking
another-
ginormous.
It is. It's a huge thing. The stand makes it even better, to be honest with you.
Awesome.
That's
Let's see,
one
I
of
think
those
this was
things.
$12.49.
You posted that, and I'm like, nope, not even gonna go look at it. I hate the Wind Raider. I don't care how cheap it is.
Oh, really?
It's worth it for the box alone. Just the
Yeah,
packaging.
the box art is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw it away as soon as I open it. Which, by the way, I've had this for over a week, and I'm just at the point where I just don't give a shit. It just comes and I throw it in the corner. I'll get to it eventually. I don't care. I don't remember pre-ordering this, but I got the Obi-Wan Black Series Darth Vader. I might have pre-ordered this because of that first Black Series Darth Vader I have has that really misshapen helmet. So I wanted just a regular-ass Vader without a removable helmet. That's what I'm going with my frame of mind. It's the only thing I could think of.
And so are we considering this a new Hope Vader, right? Is that what it's the closest to? Okay.
I would assume so. Like I said, I just wanted a Vader with a proportional helmet.
Shit. Okay.
Now you know what Vader it is? It's by what color the lenses are.
Yeah, in New Hope, they're red. And in Obi-Wan, they're red. I don't know if you can see it here. They look reddish.
Yeah, my Rogue One has white lens or red lenses.
Yeah, this one's got reddish lenses. Let's turn off my overhead light. All right, so I got that. Again, this is something I don't remember pre-ordering either. But I know why. It's U.S. Agent. I think he survived the great pre-order purge. Just because I wanted a comic U.S. Agent.
Okay.
Because I have the
I thought
Disney
you were
Plus
only movie. Yeah. I thought you were only movie on your Legends at this point.
I am, but I was a completist on Caps. I had a Cap Focus.
Okay.
But I wanted to get him so I could have him displayed with my comic Cap behind my Disney Plus US Agent. Whenever I display, if I ever display, if I live long enough to get a house. Then I got the Alan Grant Hammond collection.
Nice.
On clearance, hopefully.
No,
I've
brand
seen them
new.
as cheap as. Hold on to that receipt.
The other one you're no. Once I buy, part of my sickness is once I buy, I commit. This is not the one you're seeing on clearance. This is the Hammond collection, not the Amber collection.
Oh,
the one that's on clearance
You're
everywhere
absolutely
6
right.
inches.
The Hammond. You only see the top little corner of them. Okay, you're right.
Excited because this is a 3 3/4 Alan Grant without a hat. He's got another hat because he's barely wearing the hat in the movie, and I hate that every Alan Grant figure they have, they're like he's got the hat on. And to follow that up, I don't know if you got this too slick, so I don't know if I'm burning your. I got the Gennaro.
It's shipped. I haven't got it yet.
Check this shit out, guys.
Oh god, I'm so excited.
The box is awesome.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Now, Cliff, are you going to leave that in the package or are you going to open it up?
For now, it's going to stay in the package. It'll probably stay in the package just because
it just looks.
I don't know where its final home will be. Like I still have the Sam Jackson in the package just because that's also got lights and sounds.
Yeah,
we'll see. I already have like a shit ton. I have the giant T-Rex. I have another T-Rex came with the goddamn Ford Explorer. So it's not like I need another T-Rex for my eventual display. Right. So because he's got the lights, I'll probably just leave it in the box. Eventually, I'll have to take it out of the box so to change the batteries. I'm sure. And then the last thing I got, another thing I forgot I fucking pre-ordered, I guess. This one came from McFarlane Toys directly. It was the Hush Superman.
Oh, nice.
Oh, interesting.
Love the colors on this suit.
Yeah.
Might even be doing a little bit of part swapping. I don't like the zombie-ish skin tone. I like the evil head, but he's a little too pale, so I might swap out one of my many other McFarlanes just to kind of get like a traditional, like Neil Adams Superman. And that's it.
Sweet. All right, badass. You're just because I just changed the order.
Yeah.
You are next.
Okay, so I got my reaction slash.
Ooh, nice. I think I'm a slash guy, but I don't think I've ordered that one at all yet.
Toys R Us is knocking them out at 30% off right now, so I'm buying up reaction.
Just going in with a cart.
Yeah. I got my reaction Flint.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Sunbow foot.
Yep. I got my reaction Sumbo Roadblock.
Oh, that's just Sonora. I thought that might be the it's a computer.
Yeah, it's good.
Regular.
And I got my reaction Black Megatron.
Nice. Those are some obscure cuts you're going in on there.
I know, right? That's how desperate it is for toys right now. I'm just like, yeah, I'll start collecting reaction Transformers, even I don't give a fuck.
You know what? I mean, I do talk a lot of shit about the reaction figures. I went to a comic book store last weekend, and they had a gigantic wall filled with them. They look better in person. It's just tough to swallow the price point of $17.99.
Yeah. Well, these are like, I think, well, in Canada it's $15.99 right now, so that's cheap comparatively to like $23.
But I noticed they do look.
that'd
The
be
quality
normally.
has definitely gone up a little bit from what I remember. But yeah, it's just tough that
Yeah, because I used to collect reaction He-Man figures when they first came out, and I thought they were fucking garbage.
They looked pretty bad. The molding on them was bad, but they were only $10 to $12.
Yeah, they were super cheap. back then. They were
US at
$9.
that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were $9 back
exactly.
then. That's it for me. That's all I got.
Oh, nice.
Yep, nice short.
All
sweet.
right, Rock. I'm excited about this. Oh, he's
Yeah.
gone. Watch out, Rock. He's behind you.
He's not there anymore.
I didn't get much in toys this week because I bought 20 Green Giant Arborvitaes for $1,000. So that was
20 what?
Green Giant Arborvitaes. I bought trees.
I don't
Oh,
know what those
Oh,
are.
trees.
The
Okay.
backyard.
Green
so-
Giant Arborvitaes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I bought 4-foot trees. About 20 of them cost me $1,000 delivered. So
20 of them for your yard? That's how big your yard is? It can fit 20 trees?
oh, that's only covering 2 parts. It's only going behind the pool and my one neighbor that I don't like. That want to block his house.
Are
Because they
these
grow like
bushes? Are these going to grow to be
they can grow to
70-foot trees?
Oh, they can grow to like 30, 40 feet. They can grow really tall.
Jesus
they grow like a
Christ.
foot and a half
Okay,
a
so
year. But I bought,
full-on trees.
yeah, they're evergreens, but you make privacy hedges out of them. But I bought
Interesting.
that, and then my birthday's tomorrow, so I bought something and told my wife, "This is my birthday
happy
gift. Just give me the
birthday,
money."
fucking Rock.
Thanks.
You know who I am.
I got a life-size animatronic Chucky.
Honor and obey.
I love it.
scared
And
the shit out of my son.
You're mine now, doll. Now sit
Well, that's
back.
what I thought. When we didn't see it on the bed, I thought he was fucking stalking you, bro.
This thing,
First thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all.
I gotta shut
Where'd you
my
get that? Like a spirit or something?
Yeah, the Spirit Halloween opened up on my house. Some of them opened up earlier than others. Mine didn't open up till September 1st. And I went there like opening day, and they were loaded. And everything that I've wanted since then is gone. They had like a life-size Annabelle, a life-size Good Guy doll. Like every store got like 2 of each basically, and that's it. He was like $90. And of course, like the ladies, do you want to sign up to get the coupon? And then the coupon comes through my phone like an hour after I already bought them.
Yeah,
For
right.
20% off.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to return it and bring it back and get I saved the coupon. But yeah, I mean, $90. I think that thing's pretty awesome. I put him on my computer chair in my room, so it looks like he's watching TV. So my son came in the room and it scared the shit out of him. But what's funnier is I'm having my house reappraised tomorrow, and I'm not going to be home. But the Jewish holidays are tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. So there's no school.
Yeah.
So my son's got to be here with the appraiser. So I could only imagine when the appraiser goes in my room and he's sitting in my computer chair and the life-size Michael Myers is in there. Like, if my son doesn't say anything to him, he's going to walk in there. He's going to jump. Because, because I'm trying to get my house reappraised because if it appraises for over a certain value, I can drop the PMI on my loan, the personal mortgage insurance, and I'd lower my payment $170 a month.
Nice.
That's all right.
Nice.
And that
Like
covers
that.
half the pool payment. So
Right.
Yeah,
Do you have
so
enough
that-
time, Rock, to rig up a Ferris Bueller type situation where his parents would open the door,
Open the door and
and the
that's
story
would
would be
roll
on there?
over.
Yeah, and he would roll. Like,
Say
if you could do it so that they
something.
both turn their heads when they open the door.
Well, the Michael Myers, the arm moves and it makes some menacing music. It doesn't make movie music. It's just like a dun 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 dun.
No, you just need heavy breathing on like a stereo.
I can't wait to find out what happens tomorrow when I get home. My son's gonna. I should almost wish I could set up another camera in there and be like, "You need to record this shit to see what happens." Actually, I have another Ring camera I could put in there, like an indoor one, the one we used to spy on the dog during the day.
I'm sure he's seen everything. Like I'm sure he's gonna walk into that room and not.
He's probably appraised how's that sex dungeon. So this is it's a big room with fucking toys and animatronics. So, but that's all I got in this week. Keeping it a little bit low.
All right, I always go last. Lotus, did you get anything in this week you want to talk about?
No, I don't have anything.
He's like, I got a track phone with 128 minutes. You better hurry the fuck up.
I don't like all this track phone slander, guys. Track phone has done me right for the past 7 years.
Really? You're a track phone guy, huh?
Oh yeah, man.
I'm a Sprint, like grandfathered into the unlimited for the lowest you could ever get it, that kind of thing.
I pay $23 a month.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
our Verizon bill's like $240 for 3 phones. It's with unlimited and everything.
Oh my god,
$23 a month.
Oh yeah, it's like
I pay.
I think we get free. I think we get free Disney with it or something, or HBO Max. We get some kind of streaming with it free.
Well, you should for $250 a month.
I pay $150 for 4 unlimited lines.
I gotta ask my wife.
Fucking through T-Mobile Sprint. So it's not awful, but it's not amazing either. But all right,
while you're sharing, I get unlimited minutes, unlimited texts, and then I get 2 gigs free data a month. But I don't leave the house, so I'm never away from my Wi-Fi.
Well, see, that's the whole.
So
thing,
hold on. So I have an obscene amount of gigs. Hold on. So go ahead and do your what we got.
Over?
Yeah, it rolls over. As long as you auto renew, and I'm signed up to auto renew.
Okay. See, if it rolled over, that'd be one thing because I don't leave the house much, but Mrs. McFavorite watches TV shows at work on her fucking mobile network, so she's knocking out
all your data,
20 to 40 gigs a month, unlimited on there. But okay. There we go. Super 7 emailed me and said, hey, did you ever get your Comic-Con exclusives? I'm like, I got the Lion-O, but that's it. Oh, we're going to send you your G.I. Joe ones today. So for some reason, I never got them shipped, but I got this bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
You got your bats. Nice.
Comic bat. And again, the packaging is just so amazing. I literally bought them because I'm like, I'm going to open up and see what the G.I. Joe Super 7s are like. I'm not going to open it up. It is just so fucking amazing.
The Turtles
with the packaging.
Is good.
Oh my god, dude. The Ultimates have got me shook. I never got this during the pre-order. And I guess in some areas it must have been real easy to get because a reseller on Walmart.com was selling these for $30 a piece, $3 over retail with free shipping. So I got the fucking Clone Wars Mace Windu.
That's awesome.
Those are $27 retail?
Yeah. $26.99.
Wow.
But that was a 6-inch figure. Is that what you're comment? Yeah, it's not 3 3/4. That was a 6-inch. That's their Black Series. I got this Amazon exclusive Blue Ninjas.
Oh, nice.
Oh, those are shipping already?
Yeah. A lot of people have received these. I've had it for about 3 days now so far, but love that because it's got a female ninja in it for me. Talking about
with those cool, like their next masks, right?
Yeah,
or your next mask?
Yeah, exactly. Mutagen Man, I got my last thing to complete my very plain Jane Mutagen collection.
Yeah.
Was this dude. Not bad, dude. This was shipped from Canada, and I feel bad for the guy because I got it super cheap. shipped from Canada, $42 after tax. So a lot cheaper than you would have found them in store. If anyone needs this duck dude, whoever it is,
Ace Duck?
Yeah, I don't even know who he is, but
I got the vintage Ace Duck. I like Ace Duck.
hey, there you go. You can get the NECA one for super cheap.
I'm not collecting the cartoon stuff.
Only $42.50 shipped to you.
Jesus Christ.
50. It's even more than you paid.
I got the last two, what do they call these? Xfinities or realities or something. They're the comic
Infinities, right? Yeah.
Infinities. Yeah, I think that's what it was. They're the comic ones. Leia is not nearly as impressive as a white Darth Vader. That's just baller. Like,
Is that a
come
doll
on.
with soft goods?
Yeah, well, it's not a doll. It's Black Series, but it does have soft
know.
goods.
Sounds like a doll to me.
And you know what? The only thing that kept me from buying that was the fact that his saber is still red. Drives me crazy.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
supposed to be good Vader.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. They make mistakes like that. Let's see. As far as legacy goes, but I don't know. Was it blue in the comic? Because I don't know.
I don't
if
know.
he
I just
even-
know that that's supposed to
Maybe
be the
he
light side
doesn't
Vader.
even. Yeah, exactly. So maybe he doesn't even pull his saber in the comic, and that's why they kept it that way. But, anyways, I got Tarantulas from the Beast Wars.
Yeah.
So I only have one more Beast Wars figure, and that's Inferno. That's all I need from Beast Wars ever again. Thank God. And then I got my second limb for Minosaur.
They're shipping them? Did you
connect
find
to
them in the
Moose.
wild or?
No, this was Amazon, and
Oh,
they
wow.
shipped it in a bag, and then it must have gotten so fucked up they repackaged it in a box, still in the bag. I don't know what the fuck happened to this, but it's no big deal. I opened
That's
that shit.
fucking ruthless.
Let's see. People have found this as cheap as $9 now. I wasn't gonna buy him until he was on clearance. I got him for $15, and I think this is what trying to trim back on my collecting. I think Masterverse is only going to be for Revelations. Like, I might buy Mantenna is one of my favorite guys. The Blue Hordak is one of my favorite guys, but I think I'm going to pull back on Masterverse and only have it be Revelations figures, and they're going to be their Revelations characters.
I see some soft goods with that guy. I'm just saying.
was
That's a
there
piggyback
soft
on Roger's roasting.
Oh, it is. I didn't realize that
Fucking
is
collecting
fucking
dolls, man.
Are you gonna have him?
Dolls.
Are you gonna have him displayed in his crazy, terrifying motherboard cult?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna have him classic?
No, I'm gonna have him that way, and then I've made the decision I'm gonna have my Trap Jaw displayed in the same way. So they're both part of the techno cult thing. So along
you
with
got
that
that.
bat, yeah. This I was like, why can't I get this off? It has to slide up. I tried to slide it down, it's angled. But this thing is baller. Now it kind of makes me a little grumpy. They're releasing a Snake Eyes without his hat in this fucking deco,
Yeah.
which is a little annoying, but whatever. Cartoon stuff is always going to grab me. I like the comic stuff just because it's so obscure, but the cartoon stuff is really where my heart lies. I got these crazy things because I'm going to do a little experiment here. So they made Rainbow Storm Shadows. So full rainbow complement of Storm Shadows.
Black Major.
And they're supposed to be like prototype-ish. Even their weapons are prototype. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them true prototype styles like this.
Mix up the limbs. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you look at a G.I. Joe figure, there's 1, 2, arms are 3, waist is 4, legs are 5, and then if you include their accessories, it's 6. This Storm Shadow, Rainbow Storm Shadow set was 7. So I'm going to take 6 of them and make true prototype styles of them and see if I can resell them. I got them for pretty cheap. I'm going to try to resell them at like 20, 25 bucks a piece. So if anyone's a prototype style collector, wants something like that, like this Viper, let me know. I got Grizzlor.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I got in on the pre-order, I got in the day of sale order, not the pre-order. And this is what I was happy to find. Does everybody remember my Wondar?
Yeah,
The card was like that.
Yeah.
This is what they're doing now.
Oh,
They're
nice.
putting a little cardboard insert. And so I'm gonna buy another Wondar with a friend of mine here. But yeah, this Grizzlor turned out
Nice.
fucking perfectly flat, unpunched, and just looking very
I mean, it's
fuzzy.
2022. It's like it's about time they figure out how to ship something with it being getting to you perfect. You know what I mean?
Well, and I can kind of feel them that if you put a figure in a figure in a box like this, you would think the card would stay relatively flat, right? I mean, it was insane that those Wondars were all like, I watched a couple videos and all of them were fucking just bent like that.
Yeah, it's like what Roger said. Probably by the time it shipped over from China in the heat of one of those boats in a container.
Yeah.
And then flew in the cold air. Like, it probably just warped the card.
And maybe it is a case that the ones we're seeing were shipped like this, whereas the ones you're seeing that were shipped like that maybe stay flat or something. I don't know. But they're putting Wondar up for pre-order again this Wednesday. So if you missed out on them, or if you're just like me and you want a flat card, it's time to pre-order that.
So they're not mass producing the Grizzlor? Like, you won't get that as a retail?
No.
No,
So
retail.
they did a day of sale.
Yeah.
And then they said, we're going to do a 2-day pre-order, right? A 1 or a 2-day pre-order.
48 hour. Yep.
Yeah, a made-to-order set of them. So if you didn't get in either one of those, you're not getting a
Why
Grizzlor.
that character? Like, the most
It
common...
doesn't make any sense.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. All I
Like,
can think of
everybody had
is it's...
Grizzlor.
All I can think of is it's more expensive to make that big fur on him. So that's why they made him an exclusive, but who knows? Let's see what we got. Let me look back here. AAA just watched the 86 Cobra movie trailer. Okay, I'm sold.
You sold. You're right on, dude.
Pyramid of Darkness, bro. Be careful with that Super 7 backpack. People are snapping the pegs off.
Yep.
Good for me. I'm not going to open it. So
And
hopefully...
don't try to pull the chest plate. The chest plate will snap too.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, you got to
God.
be careful of the chest plate.
Yeah, that's the one I think I'm going to keep in package, and then I'll open my other ones. And then Cowabunga Dude, what I miss. So
Everything.
let's go back here. We talked it. No, I'm just kidding. You missed the whole show, Cowabunga Dude. Way to go. And lastly, I got my Zavvi discounted. The
Lego
Optimus
Prime.
The Lego Prime.
I have been building so many fucking Lego sets nowadays. After the ladies go to sleep, I put on a bad movie, which right now I'm going through the Phantasm, not quadrilogy, quintrilogy. Is that what a 5 is?
I think I think it's a quintilogy, yeah.
Yeah, because there's the new Ravager that was just released a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, man, that one's crazy.
Yeah, so been doing that. I take some tokes, I build some Lego, and I watch a bad movie with the lights full on at midnight. Everything else is dark in my neighborhood except for my lights, building some Legos. So excited to get to that finally. So far I have built the AOTO drop ship from Clone Wars. I've built the Seinfeld apartment, which was amazing. That I didn't watch horror movies. I watched Seinfeld episodes while I built it. My favorite episode from each season. And then I finally built my first little Lego helmet one. I built the Scout Trooper. And it was amazing. I really liked that.
And is Kenny Rogers Roasters one of those favorite episodes?
No, it doesn't have any reference. I shouldn't say that's not one of my favorites, but it's not the favorite of that season, and there's no reference in this Lego set to it, unfortunately.
I love it because Jerry and Kramer switch personalities when they
Dude,
switch
yeah.
apartments.
He's like, my cones and rods.
Bob Sacramento, give me a call. Yeah, it's so good.
So 150 shipped, and I think I have to pay a 4% tax. Oh no, I think there may have even been VAT. I think I paid 160 shipped for that fucking Optimus Prime when it's 180 in the stores plus tax here. So, all right, let's get going. We got a little bit of grab bag, and then we're the fuck out of here. Creating G.I. Joe Volume 9 and 10. I had no idea he was already up to this. This is Dan Klingingsmith, right? Or does he even say? It's got to be Klingingsmith. So this is a guy that does a really amazing job of working directly with the creators and getting a lot of their artwork. It's got to be him. I don't know anybody else that's created this many volumes of creating stuff. So if you're at all interested in checking this out, yeah, he's got tons of amazing artwork, card art, all that, including the figures themselves, that kind of shit. Eco Warriors, Star Brigade, Mega Marines, Battle Corps. This was all the stuff I needed your help with, Roger, years ago.
Yeah.
And never sold any of that stuff that you helped me for weeks on end to catalog. I'm like, I'm going to sell all this stuff. Nope, still in boxes in my garage. But I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, man.
Earthspark alt modes videos. So we've seen Earthspark. Ooh, that's scary. That's like from a horror movie. But we get to see some alt modes finally. So we get to see the Prime. It's kind of like in between, right? A cab over and a regular semi. They couldn't make up their mind. A bike with, that's Thrash motorcycle. I love sidecars, so I'm always about anything that has sidecars. Twitch is a drone, I guess. Bumblebee, of course, is some crazy ass sports car.
Looks like a Lamborghini.
A new Camaro or something.
That one right there. And
He used to be a bug, right? Like a beetle.
Yeah, he used to be a VW bug.
Yeah, he was a VW bug.
And
It's
then he
always
upgrades
funny to
to
me that he's a
Takara.
sports car these days.
Alita is some kind of truck. The RC is a
Oh, that's awesome.
so very close to this, a Chevy. We saw one today, and my daughter is like, "That's what I want as my first car," and I'm like, "Yeah, fucking right." But what is the popular Chevy from the times that?
57
Yeah,
Chevy.
but what is the model?
It's just called the 57 Chevy.
Just
as
called
far
the
as I-
57.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
it
not like a
doesn't
Fleetwood or
literally
anything.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's a
not like a
Cadillac.
Fairlane or.
That's
a Ford.
No, I know, but I'm just
It's
saying.
a Andrew
they
Dice
have-
Clay movie as well.
It is literally, they just call it a 57
57
Chevy.
Yep,
Chevy.
57
Yep.
Chevy.
Interesting. Okay. Because I was proud of her. She was like, "It's a Chevy. I saw that." But I was like, "You didn't see the model?"
It's
Oh
a Bel
yeah,
Air. The one that everybody calls a 57 Chevy is a Bel Air as the model.
Bel Air. Okay. Oh, she's
Yeah.
gonna love that even more because we're watching Fresh Prince of Bel Air right now.
Which one? The real one or the drama?
Yeah, the drama.
The real one. The real one. I don't think we ever even. I think we started the drama and then it just fell off. But Skull Cruncher, Croctobot. I love that. He's a Croctobot. All right, Swindle's a Hummer again. Soundwave. What is Soundwave? Oh, Stealth
Bomber. Fuck off.
And Megatron's. What do they call those?
VTOL.
Osprey.
Yeah, an Osprey.
Yeah, that's what I think they're an Osprey.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's got lips on the mouth.
Look, oh dude. He's like emo prime. He's got high cheekbones. Yeah.
He's voiced by Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance.
At least he doesn't have a
Oh,
man
really?
bun.
No, I'm joking. I don't know.
I was totally like, oh, that seems completely possible, Cliff. That's crazy.
Well, you said emo. I like My Chemical Romance. It's the only band I knew a band member from.
We do have one more bit of toy news. I just combined it with the comic. Is we've all seen the Viking and the Barbarian, but this Stratos is new. Really? Is that the biggest? Here, let me try to blow this up.
Don't open link because that's just
Nope.
going to take you to Jitsu.
Yeah,
You
I was
gotta
going to
open
say
image.
not link, open image, and new tab. That's what I want. All right, there we go. He's looking good. I like
Yeah,
him.
it looks cool.
Yeah.
That's new
And
Eternium.
it's
Yep.
it's so crazy that, you know, this isn't a deluxe, but so many other things are a deluxe.
It's really arbitrary that She-Ra technically probably shouldn't be a deluxe either. She doesn't come with that many accessories.
Yeah, she just comes with her normal shit and a comb. But the reason why this is in grab bag is it looks like we're going to get new comics from Dark Horse finally. And
They're really
man,
going
dude,
hard into new Eternia.
Yeah, I'm about it. There's no other Motu comics right now, so I don't mind throwing that down on my DCBS fucking pull list. But all right, and last up, Transformer calendars. Earthspark or Cyberverse or Evergreen, which is where they use the things that kind of look like G1 but are not G1. Barricade, what the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, of course Bumblebee's doing some kind of fucking thing.
He's doing the robot.
That's true, he was doing the robot.
He's doing the fucking robot, man.
All right. Anybody got anything else? We're actually going to finish before.
I thought we were talking about
don't-
Andor.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it tonight.
no,
but
we're
we gotta
we're
dive
not
into it.
No, you're right. We got fucking 10 minutes before we're at 3 hours. So, okay, Andor everybody that hasn't seen Andor and worried about spoilers, please step off. If I want to do it aggressively, please sign off, and we'll see you next time if I want to do it nicely.
I have a hard out at 9 o'clock because my son's got to use the bedroom, go to bed. I'm gonna put. I honestly, I didn't like it. I watched the first two episodes. Yeah, I'm just gonna give my two. I didn't care for it. The third episode got a little bit better.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
Until the Empire gets involved, I'm gonna be like, blurry.
Well, but the Empire is involved. The Empire is those blue and orange dudes.
They're not. They're a corporation hired to patrol by the Empire.
Those are subsidized security guards, dude.
I think they just stretched the series out, but I hope it gets better because I'm kind of like,
it's the same thing with me. Like Rogue One, I don't like heist movies, so I didn't like Rogue One. I don't like spy shit. I don't like spy shit, so I don't like Andor. Like, it's all like all this covert, like, oh, who is he? Where'd he come from? Like, oh, all that kind of shit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. I'm with you, Rock.
I fucking loved it.
I loved it too.
Yeah,
thank God.
And there's I was gonna say,
I was so crushed when I sent the message, and you guys were like,
I read the chain, and I was like, what?
And then we did all just concur with you. Like,
don't get me wrong. I want it to be good. I want it to be great. It just, unfortunately, I didn't know what to expect. I just wasn't as happy with it as I thought it was going to be. But I could be wrong. It could be a slow burn. It could be a long build to some really crazy action. I mean, I get it. Maybe that's why they released the first 3 parts, because they thought
they were its own little story.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they did it that way. But I'm sure it's going to get better because all the coming attraction shows the Imperials. You see a TIE fighter and a badass woman as an Imperial. So I'm assuming it's going to get there, but just obviously not.
See, I loved that I didn't see a single fucking stormtrooper. I thought it was so cool. Like,
that's what made me hate it.
I was like, they just subsidized the outer territories to this fucking like corporation, and this Dwight Schrute, his third appearance tonight on this, like this Dwight Schrute-esque company man is like tasked with tracking down the murderer that his boss doesn't even want him to investigate.
Yeah,
awesome.
I do like that point. I do like that his boss is just totally like,
I don't give a shit.
Come on, what else do you have to do with your life? Blah blah blah. And he's like, they broke rules. I want to catch the people that broke the rules.
Dude, he had that great speech. He's like, they were at a brothel that we shouldn't even have in a higher end town that they shouldn't be able to afford.
Oh my god. Ooh.
I'm hoping he becomes the next Lobot or some shit like that. Like they lobotomize him and make him a Lobot.
Oh, dude, he is pretty low. Like Cassian got one over on him pretty bad at the end of that third episode. Dude. I thought everything about the second half of the third episode with everybody in the town banging on the
weird fucking Tapo shit.
Yeah,
dude, I did like that.
Like everything about the build, I just thought it was a nice little, tiny little 2-hour movie in itself. The 3 episodes, like Cassian goes to this place, gets involved in some trouble he wasn't anticipating, goes home, you find out he's a total fuck up, and he owes money to everybody. No one likes him.
Yeah, he's the most hated guy in the fucking town.
And then they eventually track him there, and then he meets Stellan Skarsgård, who's there to buy this part, but he doesn't really care how he got the part. He's more impressed that he got the part, so he's like, no, I want you to come with me.
Yeah, I'm recruiting you for the night. Like,
by the way, I've already planted bombs everywhere.
Yeah. we're out of here.
I just thought it was so cool. And like Roger, I just love that I didn't see a single fucking ship I recognized.
Yeah.
I didn't see a single fucking droid I recognized.
Oh, there was Y-Wings
walking in the background, like
there was.
I am C-3PO.
There was
units zipping around, like.
So there was a full-size Y-Wing, and then he flew a mini Y-Wing.
Yeah, like a Y-Wing-ish.
Which they made in the Clone Wars series. They made
was it Clone Wars or Rebels? That they had the Y-Wing.
It probably was Rebels. Yeah, it was Rebels. But yeah,
But he
those
didn't
were
like
the
hop
only
into
two.
an X-wing
But
and go
see-
back to Tatooine and get out of the
But see,
fucking
that's
X-wing.
what I
The R2
want.
that came up. No, dude, we've had 9 movies of that. No, you've
I
had
don't care.
11 movies of that.
I don't
And
care.
meaningful
That's what
movies
I
about
want.
It. Like, fuck Tantui, man. Fuck that place.
I like that his droid was like special needs droid. Like
'Cause he's old as hell, yeah.
That he's like kind of, our dog is 16 years old, so
Put that
she just
fucker
has
down.
some moments where she's just like completely like looking this way when we're talking to her over here.
And I love the little
I
the little
dig
thing.
that.
He's like, I need you to lie for me. I know it takes extra power.
So no,
Yeah, but-
I dug the droid. I really want the droid. It's only offered at Disney right now, and it sells out every time it hits the Disney store.
Well, if it's like anything
It's-
else in Disney Star Wars,
Yeah,
if
it'll-
Rogue One, Mandalorian, and Rogue One, Mandalorian, and what the fuck? There was another where they're like, "Here's an
Solo?
awesome asteroid." No, because I didn't much care for her.
Yeah.
There was a third time. It was IG-11. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, where they're like, "Here's an awesome new droid.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna fall in love with. Watch him horribly die."
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
that
what
guy's
Ned
gonna-
8, K2SO, and then
Yeah.
IG-11.
I can't wait till he meets the was that KSO08?
K2SO.
Yeah, K2SO, and they start teaming up together because the best scene from him is when the chick is running out the back of the transport and he fucking clotheslines.
Yeah,
her
he
in
just clotheslines.
midair.
Yeah.
You're gonna let her have a gun?
Yeah.
You know the odds she's gonna
Yeah.
turn it? They're high.
Yeah.
They're real high. Yeah, but so it appears that every reason I love about it is every reason you hate it, and that's a
Yeah.
bummer.
Exactly.
But hey, they're
I'm-
different. We're different.
Yeah.
I love the fact it's like no Star Wars. They're not even talking about Jedis or worrying about any of that bullshit. They're just like, yeah, I got to make a couple credits. How do I do that?
See, Slick. My whole thing is like, and we've had 11 movies of this. This is a galaxy, and we keep running into like
I
the same
agree.
7 people.
Yeah. And
No,
that's very
I-
rare that you're like,
Completely, I completely get the want to not have X-wing be every vehicle that somebody flies, and that kind of stuff. Like, I completely get that, but in my opinion is that's what I want from this. If I want to watch a spy thriller, I watch a regular spy thriller, not
but
one.
it's not a spy thriller.
that's-
It's not a spy thriller.
It will be. That's what this is. I mean, that's what he is. He's a fucking spy.
He'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
Yeah,
now, he's just. I,
I
think
mean,
he's just a criminal right now. He's just a straight.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. They're trying to make him all elusive. Like, oh, who is this guy? Oh, he's this indigenous dude from this other world that no one's ever met
Kalari.
anybody from that world. Yeah, exactly. Like he's that, but no, I want my winks and nods. I want my familiar ships. I want my familiar, and it's okay. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
feel your guys' point of view. Obi-Wan was great for me, lots of winking and nods and Darth Vader and blah, 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 lightsabers.
And you notice
So
how
this
no one's
just
mentioned
isn't-
Vader in this? Like,
Yeah,
with the high
exactly.
command, they're like, we're going to Vader with this shit. And everybody's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, we're going to go to the next sergeant, and he's going to be the commander. Like, no one gives a
And-
fuck about Vader or anything.
Yeah.
The orange and blue kind of threw me off. Like they definitely, and I read this somewhere else, this is my own quote, but they definitely felt like Keystone Cops.
Yeah,
They're all
that's what
kind
they're
of
supposed to be.
bumbling.
Those are
Yeah.
Bespin fucking security guards, dude.
Yeah,
See,
they're
that
just.
drives me nuts. But all right, so that's the good difference that we
But
see
in all
of
fairness,
this, and
it's
I
like
like
my
both
last thing is
sides
like,
of it.
Are the stormtroopers not fucking Keystone Cops?
Yeah,
Like,
dude, they're
like,
fucking useless.
They seem imposing, but they aren't, and I like that. These guys purposely seem.
Oh, they're
Like,
lazy
they're
as
fucking
fuck. Those
shit
are
up.
minimum wage fucking
Yeah,
security
exactly.
workers. That's
But I
dude,
guess
when he's
you're,
gotta give you-
that's a good point of view is this is what people are like, you watch. So my big show right now is Blue Bloods. I am just like engulfed in Blue Bloods. And you have this son of the police commissioner that's just like, I'm going to solve every case, and I go out on a limb and I spend every hour of my free time researching stuff. And then you juxtapose that against the regular New York cop that's like, what are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Care?
Come over to dinner.
Like,
it's the end of the episode. We have to eat dinner now.
Exactly,
So I work at the Victoria Police Station, and there's 3 watches. There's C Watch, B Watch, and A Watch. A Watch is all the rookies who are thinking that they're saving the world and they're going to solve every fucking crime, and they're invested knee deep in every fucking.
Is that
thing.
11 p.m. to 7 a.m. that kind
No,
of
they
thing?
all do rotation, so not every
Oh,
watch is
yeah.
the same. And then you have B Watch, which is like the semi-seasoned yet still a little bit rookie. They're like, man, maybe I'm not going to try as hard on this one. And then you have C Watch, who's like straight up just like, I don't give a fuck. Like if they're not firing gunshots at me, I'm just fucking cruising. I don't give a shit.
I'm hanging out. Oh my god. Yeah.
I
So
solved 10 murders. I solved 0 murders. My
Yeah,
paycheck still
exactly,
comes.
yeah. I got 10 years of retirement. What the fuck do I care?
all right. KJ Smith has a good point. It's time. We've been 3 hours. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. AAA, thank you for hanging in there. I know there's not too much for you to chime in on, but we appreciate that you join us.
I think don't you mean Lotus?
Oh, sorry. I said AAA. Yes. Sorry. As I noticed him not unmuting, I'm like, oh, wait, maybe I said something wrong. Lotus, thank you for being on.
No, he's like, they're talking about Star Wars. I'm checking out.
So thank you for being on, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, I guess we are going to see you guys sooner rather than later.
Later rather than sooner.
Hey. Peace.